Alrighty, I think we are live, and we are. Alrighty, welcome everybody to our latest live stream. We're doing a bit of a different live stream today. We're actually going to be starting out in Colorado. We'll also look at Texas weather here in a little bit, but there are two tornado warnings out there right now in eastern Colorado. I'll be going over these and what to expect over the next several minutes, and as well as make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this forecast, and I would really appreciate it. And let's get right into what's going on the radar right now. There are two tornado warnings actually up in Colorado, which is kind of a bit of a surprise because this was not an area of interest today, but there is rotating supercells in a lot of this line of storms right now. And the first one is up here to the north that is currently near the Sweetwater Reservoir. This is off to the north. This is just to the south of Eads, I believe it is, and just west of Route 287. Just kind of give you a perspective. Actually, there's a new tornado warning. So we have 3 tornado warnings, but these are basically all in eastern Colorado, and kind of in comparison to where all the other storms are right now, we have a bit of some discrete supercells back down in eastern New Mexico. So basically in comparison, we have a good amount of tornado warnings right now. We actually have 3 all embedded with this line of storms, and obviously all 3 are rotating, but you can see there's actually a new tornado warning that just got issued, and this is actually in a bit more of a populated area. You can see that this is currently in areas like Burlington, Cheney, as well as Wells, Stratton, as well as Kit Carson, and as well as Firtstview. These are, again, there's 3 tornado warnings. This is actually probably the most populated one out of the 3. Going to the velocities right now, this is a very tight rotation. As you can see, back out to the west of 385, you can see very tight rotation right now heading off to the east. There was tight rotation with the other 2 tornado warnings. They seem to be dying down just a little bit. This is the one area here that's actually in between both tornado warnings right here. That's actually probably the one spot rotating right now. But the other rotation in this first tornado warning back out to the north near the Sweetwater Reservoir is currently starting to diminish. But again, this is now the new area of rotation that's just outside, it looks like, of that tornado warning. But the new one is up here to the northeast of that, currently again near Cheney, and this is going off to the east as of right now, and that'll eventually, obviously, this is to the southeast of Kit Carson as of right now. So we'll be watching this cell very closely. Again, it's rotating. Actually, it's pretty tight rotation right now. Let me get an idea of where this tornado warning is in terms of locations. Let me see if there's anything in this area. Again, this is just southeast of Kit Carson. So it's kind of in a bit of a rural area. It's in between 4 different areas. So obviously we got our 4 cities here, or I should call them towns, but Kit Carson's here, Eads is right here, Sheridan Lake, and then as well as Cheney Wells. So it's basically between 4 locations right now. Looks to be in a bit of a rural area by the looks of it as of right now. Looks like a decent amount of it looks like mountainous terrain, so there might be some hikers out that way, but again, there is a tornado warning ongoing, and it's a very tight rotation without a doubt. Let's go to the correlation coefficient, see if we have any debris. Not as of right now, no debris, at least as of right now, being wafted up in the atmosphere, but it very well could develop. Again, this can be heading off to the east northeast. Let me go and put a track on this storm as well and get an idea of how fast it's going. Again, it's gonna be embedded with it's gonna be rain wrapped, so that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. Let me put a track on this storm and give you an idea of what the locations will be after this area. So going about 25 miles per hour, and as of right now, it doesn't seem like anything's in the current track of it, but very well could be going in between. Again, it's going to be going toward Route 385, which is going to be a bit more of a busy road there. And again, we have 2 other tornado warnings down to the south of that, which as of right now, the rotation seems to be the only tight area of rotation is basically right here. So that's off to the west of 287. It's actually in between the 2 tornado warnings as of right now, but it does include it's pretty much just south of Sweetwater Reservoir. So we have plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings obviously ongoing up and down the state right now, and that's associated with that line of storms. We also have some storms starting to enter into the western portions of Texas, the Texas Panhandle, to the west of Adrian. So these storms could be producing some gusty winds and also hail up to the size of Nichols. Back closer to DFW, we also have an area of storms down here. Let me go put on the radar here. I'm going to quickly go through these storms. We'll also go back to the tornado warnings, but there's also some storms ongoing in Fort Worth. Those are producing some gusty winds and maybe some small hail, but again, nothing severe there, and plenty of severe weather ongoing in New Mexico right now. You can see there is a severe thunderstorm warning for those in Thunder Lake State Park, and as well as Yeso, and that's an area that just off to the west of Fort Sumner, if I'm saying that name right. So damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail possible there. Our worst cells in terms of hail have been down here to the south and southeastern New Mexico. These have been producing the largest hail, now only down to $0.50, but they were at baseball size at one point. And there's another cell also over here near Wagon Mound that's also producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. But obviously we have the entire line of storms over here in Colorado right now, and that's obviously producing potential for a tornado threat. Let's go back up to this one that's off to the north. And here's a look at the velocities again. Very tight rotation right now. And again, that's going off to the east-northeast. It'll be going toward 385 here pretty shortly. Latest radar scan showing a little bit more of a broad rotation, but it was tight just seconds ago. Also, the storm's had several reports of quarter-sized hail. So quarter-sized hail was reported right along Highway 287. So that's the latest on that, right around mile marker 129. That was a little while ago. That was about 15 minutes ago or so. So that's kind of just give you an update there. And again, we have two other tornado warnings. It looks like a little area of rotation right here. There's also one right here. So we have two areas of rotation with this storm. Again, it's in a fairly rural area, but it'll be going toward Highway 287 here pretty shortly. And we also got another area down here to the south that's also rotating just a little bit near Route 50. So we obviously got plenty of storms out there as of right now. And that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, rotating storms all across this line of storms, and it will likely continue for the next hour or two. This is an increased tornado threat. Obviously, again, this was not forecasted by any means, so this is kind of just breaking at this point in terms of what we're looking at right now. And again, if you have any questions or anything like that, definitely feel free to let me know in chat. And we'll be going, I don't know how long I'm going to be live for. I might do a live stream now and then maybe one later, or I might just make this a long live stream. I don't have a clue yet. But again, if you're new here, make sure to hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. And again, we'll be keeping you updated with the latest. Let's see what we got for questions. How you doing, Rob? Welcome back. Anything major happening tonight? Probably not. Again, the only threat so far today has been, again, large hail and damaging winds. Tornado threat is definitely there for Colorado, it seems like. There's still a low-end tornado threat, but nothing major in terms of like a widespread event. But we definitely could be looking at some sort of minor sort of event. So what we're looking at as of right now, again, is just a low-end tornado threat. I know there's 3 tornado warnings, but nothing major at this point is forecasted today. Most of the activity should be isolated to widely scattered in terms of severe weather. I appreciate that, Tristan. Thank you. Good to hear, Luis. Yeah, if anybody's in these tornado warnings, again, make sure you're seeking shelter. It is in a fairly rural area, so I don't think too many people are being impacted by these, but I did want to go live just in case. For the tornado warning, by the way, over here, I'm going to go down to the southern one here. So this tornado warning down here to the south currently includes Lubers and McClave, and as well as Fort Lyon. Those areas are included in this tornado warning right along Route 50 here. So that is obviously an area to be watching out for, and it'll be, again, going toward the Southeast Colorado Regional Airport. That'll be the next area in line with this area of rotation. It's pretty broad as of right now. This area was a little bit tighter a little while ago. That'll be heading off to the east. And again, even if that's not a threat, we're looking at damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and as well as golf ball sized hail. So definitely looking at that threat. The storm back up to the north here, closer to Sheridan Lake. This is going through that area. It's going to be producing the potential for golf ball sized hail, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. The storm near Burlington, Stratton, as well as Furtsview, those areas are going to be seeing the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and as well as some golf ball sized hail. And there's also a storm near Burlington that is ongoing and it's currently producing golf ball sized hail. So definitely some hailstorms with this, a lot of damaging winds. And again, there's a tornado threat with these storms as well. You can see this is the one storm that we're watching pretty closely, the most evident of rotation as of right now, which is starting to be a bit more broad. You can see the winds going toward the radar, going away from the radar. Again, your rotation would be right here. That would be where a tornado would be located. As of right now, the rotation's broadened out a little bit, might strengthen though again in the near future, so we'll be watching this one pretty closely as well. I appreciate that, Julie. Yeah, we should be live for a little while. I'm not sure how long we'll be live for, but if this is a short stream, then I'll do another one tonight, probably, if we have some severe weather in West Texas, which there probably will be. So, hey, Christopher, how you doing? Welcome back. Dallas, Texas, Swaggy is just seeing a couple of strong storms. Nothing to be concerned about. No severe weather there. I'm not expecting any severe weather. Have a good night, Christopher, excuse me. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, so we have an area rotation. All right, so this is obviously one area of rotation. We also got one down here toward the in-between of these two tornado warnings. There's also a little area of rotation here, again, west of Route 280 or Highway 287. That's going off to the east-northeast, and that'll eventually go kind of toward Route 287 and eventually not much in path of that. So a couple of tornado warnings again. That one has a bit of broad rotation. This is the one that seems to have the most potential at this point since it's a bit more discreet than the other ones, a little bit stronger shear up this way as well. So going toward Route 385 here pretty shortly. So this is obviously probably the worst tornado warning of the 3 right now. And again, that will be going toward 385. It will likely stay to the south of Cheyenne Wells. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. And latest scan showing a bit more broad rotation. So good news there. So far we're seeing some good signs in terms of the rotation. But as of right now, it looks to be a little bit broader. And again, going back down to the south as of right now, winds are very strong with this, by the way. We're looking at extremely strong winds. Let me go back to the storm relative velocity here. And winds are currently around 65 in that spot. We have a couple of areas of rotation down here. Nothing too concerning, but a little bit of broad rotation here. That's right along 50 right now, so right along Route 50, going toward Wiley. And then there's also another area up here to the north. Not much rotation here, but definitely some strong winds. And back up here to the northeast, we obviously, to the west of 385, we still have some rotation here that's still there. It's definitely not gone away by any means, but it's a bit broader at this point, but that'll eventually go toward 385. As of right now, nothing's in this tornado warning. I've already checked. It looks to be a lot of fields at this point. And I don't see many roads either. There's only a few roads here. And it seems to be a lot of fields. Or a lot of mountains, one of the two. Yeah, I don't see much on the map. So yeah, this one area of rotation right now doesn't seem to be anything too crazy. All right, we'll go back up there in a second. And let's go back down to the south toward the storms to the west of Amarillo real quick. Let me put on the reflectivity. So here's like the storms that are about to enter into portions of West Texas. This is going toward Interstate 40 right now, going to go toward Adrian. Again, this is the storm that is currently producing the potential for quarter-sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. That will eventually head into, I don't know if there's much here, doesn't seem like it, but I'll be going off to the northwest of Adrian. It seems to be a lot of fields again, or maybe a little bit of mountainous region. I can't really tell. Let me go back over here to the Google Map. Seems to show me more information anyways. So yeah, it looks like a lot of fields. So north of Interstate 40, basically going toward the Canadian River. That's the area basically where it'll be going towards. So as of right now, this storm seems to be going in a bit of a rural area as well. There's a storm up here to the north of that could actually be producing some $quarter to $half sized hail. That's going right along Route 54, going off to the northeast. And going back into New Mexico, we have a bunch of minor storms at this point. Again, the Colorado storms seem to be the most severe at this point, but at this point we should see an increase of activity here over the next several hours. Let me find this radar site again. I think it's over here right now. But we should start to see an increase of activity here over the next several hours. Actually, I'm going to go to this radar site and go to this tornado warning, see if we have a better view at this one. I don't think there's going to be much of a better view, but try it out. And no, it's not much better, but it still shows the broad rotation, which is good news so far. They had much tighter rotation when the tornado warnings were actually initiated. So far, these storms seem to be both weakening in terms of rotation. This one still has very strong winds, but as of right now, rotation seems to be minimal. I'm going to go back to this radar, and yeah, it still could rotate at some point, no doubt about that. But as of right now, broad rotation still ongoing there. This is not rotation. This is, again, some broad rotation back up here to the north. And the winds as of right now seem to be possibly as high as 60 to 65. Again, this warning is not just for the tornado warning, but it's also for the potential for damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, as well as some golf ball sized hail. So we're definitely looking at a couple of dual threats at this point in eastern Colorado. So definitely something to watch out fairly closely for. Again, broad rotation, but it is going off to the east-northeast toward 385. And if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe as well. How strong is the hurricane? It's not a hurricane. It's actually, I don't even think it's a tropical storm yet. It's just potential tropical cyclone 1, the last time I checked. And I don't know. Honestly, so far, it's pretty interesting. But the circulation on the storm, there isn't much there. It's in, like, the center of it. Just a lot of thunderstorms as of right now. But it could definitely, develop into a tropical storm. Why is your comment black? I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it black. Yeah, Dallas right now is just seeing, again, some small hail or gusty ones. That's about it. No severe weather there. It's pouring rain in Arlington. Yeah, there's a lot of rain going on in DFW right now. No tornadoes for Kansas now. Tornado threat pretty much zero in Kansas tonight. No worries there. We're watching the rotation right now to the southwest of Chenier Falls. Chenier Falls. I don't know if I'm saying the name right, but it's basically just off to the southwest of that, west of 385. That's currently the location where we're seeing some rotation. Again, that's moving out to the east-northeast. It's broad as of right now. The other two tornado warnings ongoing as of right now have very broad, if not no rotation left. This storm right here that is basically in the middle of nowhere, but just to the west of Highway 287, currently not rotating at all. This storm over here northwest of Wiley is rotating very broadly. So as of right now, no concerns down to the south. Again, the severe thunderstorm warnings will be ongoing for the potential for damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour and as well as golf ball sized hail. And again, this is the one tornado warning that has, again, probably the most potential, even though it's still broad rotation. It is going off to the east. Northeast as of right now. Again, make sure you are seeking shelter if you're in any of these warnings. I believe this is just mostly fields, so I don't think there's too much in the path of it, but definitely be monitoring this very closely over the next several minutes because it will be going toward 385 and eventually going to probably just stay to the south of Cheney Wells. So definitely an area to watch fairly closely. Christian, tropical storm warnings do get issued ahead of actually having a named tropical storm. It just depends on the situation. They're not always warned. Like, they get warned sometimes before they even, you know, occur. Flash flood warning in Dallas, Texas, is there? Sure is. There's actually a severe thunderstorm warning down in South Texas too. I'll have to take a look at that too. Let me go ahead and look at this real quick. So flash flood warning ongoing as of right now. I don't know if I can get the details on this. Let me see if I can. Yeah, okay, I can. So as of right now, it looks to be 2 to 3 inches of rain have already fallen. An additional 1 to 2 inches are expected, and that really says a lot because it has rained a lot over the last couple of hours. So flash flood warning for those in Forest Hill, Fort Worth, Burleson, Watauga, as well as Haltom City, Hearst, Burleson, Colleyville, Crawley, Forest Hill, and as well as Richland Hills, Everman, Rendon, North Richland Hills, I already said that one, and Edgecliff Village. So those areas are included in a flash flood warning. Again, a lot of rain's already fallen there. Let me go down to the south and southern Texas real quick, and we'll go back up to the tornado warnings. Should get a next radar scan up there in a second. So Beeville is in the severe thunderstorm warning, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as some quarter-sized hail possible with this storm. And it doesn't seem like my radar wants to load here in a second. It's actually a couple special weather statements too. So this is the severe thunderstorm warning. It's going through Beeville as of right now, and Skidmore, as well as Berkeley, as well as Tuleta, if I'm saying the name right. Those areas are currently in that warning. Again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. And for those that are just joining us, there's actually a new severe thunderstorm warning out in West Texas and just west of Amarillo. So damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and half-dollar-sized hail possible with this storm going toward Dalhart. And that will be going just to the north of Interstate 40. That's basically where it's going as of right now. It is moving off to the east-northeast as of right now. Again, these storms are moving at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. So that is also an area to watch for very closely. Adrian, by the way, is included in that severe thunderstorm warning. So new details there. New tornado warning was just issued in Colorado. Let's go back up to this one as well. This is a new tornado warning, and we'll take a look at what's going on here. Looks like there might be a little bit of a hook kind of forming here in eastern Colorado, and this is what we're looking at. So very strong velocity still going away from the radar. Not nearly as strong though going toward the radar. Definitely a potential for maybe a brief tornado with this or something like that. Very strong winds though, without a doubt. Again, this is a new tornado warning. As of right now, it includes the Sweetwater Reservoir as well as Queens Reservoir. So a lot of reservoirs in this area. Again, this is gonna be going off to the east-northeast. Let me go and pull up the Google Maps again because I need to get some idea of where this is in terms of the rural area. It seems to be pretty rural, I'm guessing, but I'm going to take a double look at that. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the like button as well as subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. And we are very close to 4,000 subscribers. We might be able to hit that in this live stream. So, would appreciate it. All right, let me go down to this tornado warning. Not near Wiley, it's this one. Okay, so this tornado warning does not really include much. It does include a couple of lakes, which seem to be the reservoir, so that would make sense. But this is just west of Highway 287. Oh wait, that's the other tornado warning. All right, so the new one is not yet showing up on Google Maps. That would be probably explaining a lot. All right, so this is around 287, and it looks like May Valley is included. So May Valley is included in this tornado warning. Again, potential for a tornado does exist with this storm. It's radar indicated rotation, as you can see here. It's definitely broad, but it is still actually it's strengthened than the last scan a little bit. So again, winds going away from the radar, winds going toward the radar. Again, if there's a tornado, it's gonna be located right about there. And if we go and take a look at the reflectivity, it's probably rain wrapped. So if there's a tornado, it's definitely rain wrapped. Again, make sure you're seeking shelter. Don't try to take pictures of this. It is a very dangerous storm indeed. Also, this tornado warning back up here to the north. Take a look at this one, and as of right now, the rotation is definitely broadened out here over the last few scans, but it is definitely still a possibility. It is broad rotation. It could very well strengthen again. Winds going toward the radar, winds going away from the radar. And again, if there's a tornado, it would be located right in between those two little rotations. And again, it would have to be a bit tighter than this, a little bit brighter. Definitely not there as of right now. So it does not seem like there's a tornado on the ground right now, but there could be one at any time. It seems like a little bit of rotation still down here, I'm not mistaken, but it is a much weaker storm, so I'm guessing that's probably not going to be extended. Looks like the rotation is still broad, and that storm has been weakening here over the last few scans anyways. And here's a look at the storm that's currently producing a potential for a tornado just to the west. It's about to cross over Highway 287, moving off to the east, so definitely a storm to watch fairly closely. Again, this is moving off to the east right now. Yes, this is live. This is a live stream. Yes. I'm in Florida. Thought this was over here. Oh, no. Yeah, I will actually cover tornado warnings in Florida too. I know there's probably going to be a few, might be a couple of tornadoes, but as of right now, there's a low-end tornado threat in Florida too. I will probably cover that because that's actually pretty close to my area, but that won't probably happen until later tonight or tomorrow. So apologize if I've missed any questions, by the way. If you do have any questions, definitely feel free to let me know in chat. And again, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are fairly close. We're only 60 subs away from 4,000. Again, for those that are just joining us, there is an ongoing tornado warning for those in eastern Colorado. Again, this is going right along Highway 287 right now. This is a new issuance of a tornado warning. And again, this is moving off to the east-northeast. It's going toward, it's basically, I think it might just stay to the north of May Valley. That's kind of the area where this is right now. But again, this is going to be moving off to the east. And I'll eventually go toward 385. It should stay to the north of Hartman as well as Lamar, so those areas are probably out of the clear from this storm. But again, anyone down to the south even has the potential for damaging winds as well as maybe some large hail. Right now, the entire line of storms is producing the potential for damaging wind gusts upwards of 70 miles per hour and as well as golf ball-sized hail. And there's also a storm down to the south of that near just to the west of Springfield that's producing quarter-sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. We also have an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning for those in West Texas. This is the western panhandle off to the north of Adrian. Adrian's actually included in this warning, but half-dollar sized hail and damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour will be possible with this storm. It's also going toward Dalhart, so that's a little bit more of a populated region as well. And down in southeastern New Mexico, there's a new, actually, there's golf ball sized hail just recently reported near halfway. This is going down to the south, not really a populated region. I'm not going to cover that storm much, but it is producing golf ball sized hail. We'll primarily be covering the tornado warnings as well as any new developments in Texas, but as of right now, the tornado warnings are definitely more needed to be covered as of right now, so we'll be covering these fairly closely. Again, this storm just to the south of Eads right now is producing very large hail. You can see that black area there representing potentially as large as a headache-sized hail, so it's definitely a very dangerous storm moving off to the east right now. So definitely make sure that you are seeking shelter immediately if you're in this tornado warning. Again, the rotation as of right now has remained broad, but definitely could strengthen any time, so definitely make sure you're keeping that in mind. Again, this is moving off to the east-northeast as of right now. Good thing you're not getting storms. Yeah, some of these storms are definitely nasty. It was not forecasted to, we weren't really supposed to see any sort of tornado activity for the most part. Very low-end tornado threat was existing today, but not for Colorado, I don't think. Big Bend, by the way, is also included in this tornado warning. Just an update there. But it should be off to your northeast. For anyone in Big Bend, you're probably fine. It's just staying off to your northeast. It's always good to stay in shelter, though, just in case. Again, this is just crossing over Highway 287 as of right now. Still fairly broad rotation. Again, strong winds, though, without a doubt. Damaging winds, again, up to 70 miles per hour if possible, as well as some golf ball-sized hail. This should stay also probably just a little bit to the north of May Valley. Again, if you're in May Valley, seek shelter immediately. But as of right now, May Valley is kind of down here. And again, tornado, if there was a tornado, we always can change tracks, so it's always good to make sure you're seeking shelter. Again, May Valley and Big Bend should be in shelter right now until your warning gets lifted. And it looks like those are the only two little areas currently included in this. And for those in Cornman as well, that is staying off to your north. You are not included in this tornado warning, so you don't have to seek shelter. So just keep that in mind for those, again, that are in this warning. Again, it's moving out to the east right now. Rotation has remained somewhat broad, but it definitely is starting to strengthen. As of the last scan, it strengthened a little bit. The other tornado warning down up to, or excuse me, up to the north is west of 385, has very broad rotation, so not much of a concern there. Mainly watching this tornado warning again right along 287 right now. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Again, we'll be watching all the storms very closely. These are the main storms as of right now. Flash flood warning, by the way, again, was issued for DFW. I'll go probably take a screenshot of that and post it to Facebook here in a second. Indeed, I actually will. I just have to pull that up. Right along, it's actually right on Highway 287 right now. Probably still, it's still fairly broad rotation. Let me see if we can go up the upper levels a little bit. And upper levels still also showing some broad rotation. So rotation across the board right now is still broad. It definitely could strengthen, though. It has strengthened over the last scan here, so still watching it fairly closely. Back to live chat. What's the future radar looking like? I will probably go over that a little bit later. Probably in about 20 to 30 minutes or so. Or whenever this tornado warning gets lifted. So whenever that happens, I will go over the future radar and whatnot. I'll also go over a little bit of the tropics too. And here's your area of rotation. Again, winds going away from the radar, winds going toward the radar, winds going away from the radar. And again, here's where your rotation is. Nothing that's tight as of right now, but it definitely could, again, still develop here over the next few minutes. Again, right along Highway 287. Again, it's moving out to the east. Samurai, this is in Colorado. And again, we will go back to North Texas here soon, but as of right now, this is in the Colorado region. Again, make sure you read the title because that's kind of what it says. Title will give you the information that you need to know. I'm going to go back to DFW real quick. I have to take a picture of this just for a Facebook post, so I'll have to do that real quick. All right, here we go. There was a flash flood warning again. For those that are just joining us, there's a flash flood warning in the Fort Worth area, again, for Tarrant County. So just keep that in mind again. 2 to 3 inches have already fallen of rain. Up to 1 to 2 more inches could fall here over the next hour or two. So just keep that in mind. Again, I'm going to post that to Facebook real quick. Got that on Facebook. All right. Back to chat. Again, if you have any questions, make sure feel free to let me know in chat. By the way, thank you for those that have subscribed. I kind of missed a lot of them. Thank you, Ryan, as well as Ivan, for subscribing. I appreciate it, as well as Maureen. Thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome on in. Longview probably won't see anything, Samurai, tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow maybe, but it's going to be a very low-end chance. Tonight, probably not, though. Yeah, again, the title will tell you what the stream is. Again, we're watching a tornado warning right now in Colorado, right along Highway 287. And again, we will cover North Texas and as well as the rest of Texas in a little bit, depending on when these tornado warnings get lifted, as well as the rest, really any of the severe weather ongoing. We got a long line of storms right now across Colorado. And we also have a couple right now in New Mexico. We also have one in the western panhandle of Texas producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and as well as half-dollar sized hail. So we're watching all the storms fairly closely. As of right now, this storm is still producing some broad rotation. And you can kind of see right now, very large hail core without a doubt. So regardless, there's at least going to be some head-egg-sized hail with this storm. So especially in the core, again, right along Highway 287. And again, the other tornado warning back up to the north does not seem to be getting extended. This is the only tornado warning as of right now in Colorado. Here's a look at the rotation again. It's still fairly broad, but we're watching fairly closely just in case it does develop into anything. Yeah, thanks, Wilson. I appreciate it. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to that, but I do appreciate you reporting that. Yeah, if you guys ever see a warning that I don't get to within like 2 to 3 minutes, definitely feel free to let me know. I sometimes miss them, especially if I'm focused on one storm. But again, tornado warning's ongoing for those that are just tuning in. Just to the east now of Highway 287. It is going to probably just stay to the north of May Valley. As of right now, the rotation is still fairly broad. You can see the winds going toward the radar, winds going away from the radar. Again, if there was to be a tornado, it'd be located right about there, just to the east of Highway 287. And it's moving off to the east-northeast as of right now. Again, the rotation has remained broad, but it could definitely strengthen. Latest scan still showing some broad rotation. It has been rotating, but it is still broad rotation. So this is the only storm, again, that's rotating in this entire line. So if you're back up to the north or back down to the south, rotation is very minimal. If not, it's non-existent. So basically, this is the only area of rotation as of right now, again, east of Highway 287. And if you're just tuning in, I would appreciate if you hit the like button. We're only 6 likes away from 50. And if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, I would also appreciate that. You're, I think, 50 subscribers away from 4,000. So we could hit that tonight. We have a tornado warning back up here to the north. That's going to expire, though, so don't be too concerned about that. Here's a look at the radar. So as of right now, line of storms going through Colorado, and this is kind of a look at the line of storms through Colorado. Again, it's a broken line, nothing that organized. And we also have a severe thunderstorm warning for those that are just tuning in over in western panhandle of Texas. Again, this is producing the potential for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, as well as some half-dollar sized hail. You can see this is an area of storms that we're watching fairly closely. Right along Highway 54, also going off to the east. Again, Dalhart's included in that, just to the west of Channing, and as well as Adrian. Those areas are included in that severe thunderstorm warning. So just keep that in mind. Again, for those that are in DFW, I know I have a lot of viewers in all 3 locations right now. But those in the DFW Metroplex, just a flash flood warning as of right now. These storms are pushing down to the southeast. None of these are severe, and none of them are forecasted to become severe. So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, for those in North Texas, we are not expecting severe weather tonight. There's a possibility tomorrow. It's going to be a low-end threat, but it's definitely a possibility tomorrow. Again, I'll have a more detailed forecast on that later. But again, the tornado warning ongoing for those in eastern Colorado is still ongoing. Still some broad rotation. Again, east of Highway 287, and this is moving off to the east as of right now. These Colorado storms will not hit DFW now. Yeah, Richard, I just panned out if you need it. Again, if you have any questions about any of the specific storms, definitely feel free to let me know in chat. Again, here's a look at the rotation as of right now. Again, winds are still fairly broad. I mean, the rotation still is fairly broad. Again, winds going away from the radar, winds going toward the radar. Again, if there was to be a tornado, it would be located right about there, just to the north of May Valley. And again, it's moving off to the east as of right now. As of right now, the rotations remain broad this entire time. So far being promising with this storm. How's Florida doing? Florida is definitely going to be seeing some tropical weather. Actually, I'll jump to Florida real quick. Let's look at Florida real quick, and then I'll go back to the other storms. But as of right now, there's still, this is tropical, it's not a tropical storm yet. It's still potential tropical cyclone 1, but you can see all the rain. I think 5 to 7 inches is going to fall over in the southern portion of Florida. So this will obviously be an area to watch pretty closely. Again, I'll have a live stream if there's any tornado warnings in this area, either tonight or tomorrow. So just stay tuned for that as well. I also have more details on that. There was actually a new tornado warning that just got issued over here in eastern Colorado. We'll go to that real quick as well. Also another area of broad rotation. So several several tornado warnings have now been issued with this line of storms. It's still fairly broad rotation. So I'm not going to focus completely on these tornado warnings so far. They've been fairly broad rotation, but we will still be keeping updated with those. We'll probably jump over the other storms as well down to the south and kind of alleviate how much we're looking at these storms, because as of right now the rotations remain fairly broad. But again, if you're in any of these tornado warnings, it's always recommended that you take shelter immediately. You should definitely do that. Again, this other tornado warning is in another fairly rural area south of Cheney Wells, going toward 385 and just to the south of Route 40. So that's kind of the areas of right now. Again, this other tornado warning just east of Highway 287. So a couple of areas that we're watching fairly closely. Again, I'll be hopping back and forth from storm to storm, but we'll be watching this closely, and I'll be monitoring as well as my phone just in case there's anything going on there. We're going to start going to the other storms, though, because there are obviously a lot of areas that are currently having some severe weather. Another area is also obviously back in the western panhandle of Texas. This is an ongoing area of storms. It's a little bit of a broken cluster of storms right now. Again, this is going off to the northeast toward Dalhart right now. These storms as of right now going right along 54. And again, that would be having the potential for half-dollar sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. We also have a little storm back out here to the west of Adrian. That has a low-end threat of maybe a little bit of large hail, but that storm's been weakening, so far good news there. We obviously have the worst of the severe weather that's yet to come for at least the panhandle of Texas back out to the west. I don't know if there's a radar site out here. There's one right here. We'll go to that one. But again, this is going toward Fort Sumner, and that's going off to the east-southeast, so that will eventually probably go toward Morton. So this will be an area of storms to watch as well. Again, that has already produced up to golf ball sized hail. That is currently I believe the ongoing warning, or no, it's actually only up to quarter sized hail, but there's definitely a possibility for some golf ball sized hail in there. The report at 6:36 was golf ball sized hail by a trained weather spotter in Yesno. So that was an area that already had some large hail reported. And by the way, there's a severe thunderstorm watch got extended into western Kansas. This is ongoing until 11 p.m. tonight. Damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and hen egg sized hail is also going to be possible there. So another area that's obviously been extended into. We've obviously seen a lot of severe weather tonight. Let me go and put on the regular radar here. Let's just put on the normal radar so we can just kind of look at all the storms that have happened to hop over to all of them. But again, this is a look at the line of storms. It's a broken line. It'll be entering into western Kansas. And again, all the storms have the potential for damaging winds and also some large hail. Maybe a low-end tornado threat still existing. So far, the rotations remain fairly broad, and I'm kind of surprised they reissued a new tornado warning, but definitely still better to be safe than sorry. Again, there is a flash flood warning ongoing for those in DFW. You can see that in Fort Worth, North Richland Hills, as well as just to the northwest of Mansfield, and as well as Arlington. Again, this is for the potential for some flash flooding in the area. There's already been 2 to 3 inches of rain, and there's expected to be another 1 to 2 inches there here over the next several hours. So definitely make sure you're keeping that in mind for those that are in that area. Make sure you're staying safe, and do not drive into any sort of areas where you cannot see any of the, obviously if you see water, do not try to drive into that, because that's obviously very dangerous to drive into. Going back to the high definition radar again, for those that are just tuning in, there's obviously a severe thunderstorm warning for western Texas. This is the western panhandle for Dalhart and west of Channing, and off to the north of Adrian. Again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and half-dollar sized hail will be possible with this storm. And if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We are closing in on 4,000 subscribers. And again, we do a lot of the weather around Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and also a little bit of Colorado here and there. So we'll keep you updated again with all the storms. And if you ever have any questions about any of the particular storms or anything in general going on in the weather world, definitely feel free to let me know. And I'll keep you updated again. I'm going to go back to this tornado warning real quick. See if there's been any new stuff going on with these tornado warnings. I haven't seen anything too crazy develop. And again, very broad rotation. I'm really kind of surprised that there was a new tornado warning here near 385. This warning down here, obviously, still some broad rotation. I need to find the radar site back out here to the west. This rotation over here to the southwest of Sheridan Lake is currently still some broad rotation. Still some strong winds, without a doubt, going toward the radar, but still some, at this point, still pretty broad rotation. By the way, thank you truly for the $9.99 super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. No message, but I do really appreciate it. Thank you. Twisted $half size hail is 1.25 inches in diameter. No problem, Dan. Yeah, again, I'll go over a bit more in Florida a little bit later. Once these tornado warnings want to kind of settle down a little bit, I will actually go over a little bit of the tropics. Again, that is going to be something to watch, especially tomorrow. A tornado threat will increase for southern Florida, so I will definitely be covering that if there's any tornado warnings as well. I know this page is really primarily for Texas, or the southern plains, I should say, but I will probably be covering that as well, because that'll definitely be something to watch. All right, again, this storm right now that is just to the east of Highway 287 is producing a potential for a tornado. For those that are just tuning in, it's radar indicated rotation. So again, the winds as of right now remain fairly broad. Winds going toward the radar, winds going away from the radar. Again, if there's a tornado, it's going to be located right about there, and that'll be again eventually heading over to 385. This is just to the north of May Valley, and again, it's producing golf ball sized hail, damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour as well. But as of right now, it's going to be a rain wrap tornado if there were to be one. But at this current time, I'm not seeing something that would really make me think that this will develop into anything, but definitely make sure you're still in shelter just in case, and especially this storm up here. I've not seen much rotation at all from either radar site. But again, very broad. Definitely be something to watch, but I'm not overly concerned about those storms. More concerning storms are definitely the large hailstones down to the south, which again, near Arlington, or not Arlington, excuse me, to the west of Amarillo. Again, there's a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing near Dalhart. Again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, as well as $half sized hail will be possible here. Well, hail in DFW, probably not. I don't expect much in terms of severe weather tonight. Tomorrow, very, very low chance. I think there might be a low-end chance for maybe an isolated storm producing some large hail tomorrow, but I don't really expect it to be that widespread of a risk. Severe thunderstorm warning over in Tallahassee. It's pretty low end threat. Again, I'll cover some of the other storms, but I'm going to primarily focus out here to the west. There was actually a tornado that was reported at 6:23 near Fort Lyon. That was obviously almost an hour ago, but a tornado was confirmed by an individual who picked up in a truck. What? I don't know if this is just misspelt or something, but that just kind of sounds weird. Rotated 120. Oh, okay. So somebody actually got picked up by the tornado in a truck from this report. Read the thing. It says he got rotated 120 degrees in his truck, had his windows blown out, and his mirrors ripped off. He reported that the tornado was roughly the size of truck. Okay, that is a very interesting description, but apparently there was a tornado near Fort Lyon, and it apparently rotated this guy's truck and broke out his windows. I hope he's safe. That was a very interesting report, though. Very lengthy one, too. I usually don't see that long of a report, but there was actually a tornado with the storm about an hour ago. So far, though, the rotations definitely remain broad as of recently. Again, those are just tuning in. Very broad rotation as of right now. This rotation here, again, main threat is going to be probably damaging winds with this up to 70 miles per hour. These storms have the potential, again, to produce a tornado any time, but I would expect that tornado threat to remain fairly low throughout the next few hours, even though it does show a couple of tornado warnings as of right now. They definitely are not producing very strong rotation at this point, but they definitely could develop. So make sure you're staying updated. Again, make sure you're seeking shelter again if you're in any of these tornado warnings. This is again southwest of Sheridan Lake. It's moving off to the east as of right now. Large hail up to the size of golf balls, and as well as damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour will still be possible with the storm heading toward again 385. And again, another tornado warning south of Route 40 that is currently producing again a potential for tornado golf ball size, or excuse me, quarter size hail will also be possible with this storm. And the rotation as of right now again has remained fairly broad. So definitely still stuff you should be seeking shelter to, but as of right now, the rotation has still remained broad with both of these storms. And again, if you're just tuning in, I would appreciate if you hit the like button as well. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are only 50 subscribers now away from 4,000. Would really appreciate if you do hit the subscribe button. Latest on this update on the radar, I believe it just updated, and no, it actually didn't. Never mind. Radar update is coming in right now, though, so should have it in any second. Right. Thank you, by the way, Homegrown, as well as Miguel, hopefully I'm saying that name right, as Sorcerers for subscribing. I appreciate it. As well as Truly, Town, as well as Ryan for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much. Again, I do appreciate your super chat, Truly. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Let's see. I don't know if there's any new warnings out there. As of right now, these are the main warnings in Colorado. Again, down to the south, there's a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. There's actually a new special weather statement over in the DFW area. So this is a bit of a new or basically just a special weather statement. It's not really a warning, but again, gusty winds now up to 40 miles per hour will be possible with this. This will be heading toward Arlington, or it's going through Arlington already. I'm just going to draw my own track for this, but this is a new special weather statement for those in Fort Worth. This storm's only moving about 15 to 20 miles per hour. It's a pretty slow moving storm. Again, this is kind of associated with like a weak low pressure system, but it's going to be going through Midlothian as well as Cedar Hill, eventually Grand Prairie at 7:39, Duncanville right around 7:50, Glen Heights 7:56, Waxahachie right around 7:58, Lancaster 8 to 18, Ennis right around 8:45, and as well as Seagoville right around 9:05. So that's an area to watch for. Again, some gusty winds moving off to the east. Again, that will be going probably through southern Dallas County into Ellis County here over the next couple of hours. Again, there's a flash flood warning as well for those in Fort Worth, as well as Arlington, as well as Forest Hill. Again, rain has already fallen over 3 inches, and it's potentially going to reach up to 5 inches over the next couple of hours. So there's a flash flood threat ongoing there. Again, for the DFW area. And let's go back up to the tornado warnings. Again, for those that are just tuning in, there was actually a confirmed tornado near Fort Lyon. And again, that was somebody apparently got picked up by this tornado in their truck, got rotated 120 degrees, had his windows blown off and his mirrors ripped off as well. So definitely a dangerous tornado there over in Fort Lyon from earlier. That was about an hour ago. Again, the tornado warnings are still ongoing in eastern Colorado. So definitely still some stuff to watch here. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, again, I'll be probably live for a while here, but health right down here looked a bit rough. Where are you at? I don't know where you're at. I think the storm tracking is going to hit Longview. No, Longview won't see much tonight, or won't see anything. Not as of right now, Hawk. The warning, and there's no warnings. There is a special weather statement for southern Dallas County, which does include the potential for gusty winds upwards of 40 miles per hour. Nothing too crazy, though. Pretty low in threat. No problem, Charlie. I appreciate you again for the super chat. I do appreciate the super chat, and as well as subscribing. Appreciate it. Again, here's a look at the radar as of right now. Rotation is still remaining fairly broad. A tornado is still going to be possible with this storm, but rotation is still remaining broad there. And the rotation up here near Cheney Wells is currently also very broad. So I'm not concerned with either storm as of right now. In terms of rotation, in terms of a tornado, but again, you should be still in shelter. We'll be watching those storms again fairly closely. I'm not going to be watching them completely because they are still fairly low in threats, but there's a new severe thunderstorm warning back out to the east of that is producing potential again for ping pong ball sized hail and damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour for Hawley, as well as Sheridan Lake, Hartman, as well as Toner, and as well as Bristol. Those areas included in a new severe thunderstorm warning that is associated with the storms going through Lamar, as well as eventually going through Sheridan Lake here very shortly. So that's the line basically back out to the west right now. Hey, Donna, how you doing? Welcome from England. Nice. Midland, Texas, as of right now, not seeing anything. You could see some storms later tonight, though. We'll be watching your area as well very closely. But as of right now, nothing too concerning. Could see some quarter-sized hail, though. Rebecca, we were in Colorado. Now we're in the western panhandle of Texas real quick. From Falcon, Colorado. You got a few sprinkles. Nice. At least you didn't have any tornado threat. No problem, JW. I appreciate you tuning in. All right. By the way, this warning just got basically a little bit of a... I don't know what to call it. Basically, I'll just call it a fix. Basically, they just changed the warning, so now it's down to quarter-sized hail, as well as damaging winds down to 60 miles per hour. So this is near Dalhart. Again, that includes Dalhart, Hartley, and as well as Romero. Those areas now just got downgraded to quarter-sized hail. That's moving off to the northeast. And again, the storm back out here to the west of Adrian is completely fizzled out, so good news there so far. There's obviously a couple of storms back out here in New Mexico that are producing some gusty winds and also potentially some large hail. Down to the southeastern New Mexico as well, they are producing potential for ping pong ball sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour for Loving. So those areas currently very rural areas, but obviously some severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing there. There is a watch, by the way, that is going to be ongoing until 11 p.m. tonight, primarily for Texas and as well as eastern New Mexico as of right now. So that's obviously going to be an area to watch tonight. And going back to the tornado warnings real quick. Anything brewing in Oklahoma? No, not really. You might see storms later tonight, but they'll be pretty weak by the time they get there. Come on, Orlando. Nice, nice. Welcome. Yeah, I don't think Orlando will see too much. You'll definitely see a lot of rain, but I don't think you'll see much in terms of like severe weather or anything like that. All right, here we go back to the tornado warning here. Here's a look again. Very broad rotation still. I'm not that concerned about this storm. I'm more concerned about the damaging wind threat associated with it. Again, damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour will be possible with this entire line of storms. Looks like maybe a little area of rotation trying to redevelop here, just to the south of 96. So maybe towards Sheridan Lake. That might be an area to watch fairly closely. And again, the rotation back up here to the north, as of right now, east of 385, has remained still fairly broad. I mean, it hasn't strengthened a whole lot, but there's still definitely damaging winds with this, upwards of 60 to 65 miles per hour. So again, my main concerns with these storms, even though there's tornado warnings, I would still expect the main threats being damaging winds and as well as some large hail. Those are the two main threats. The tornado threat is still there, but it's definitely on the lower end as of right now. This is an area of rotation, though, that might have to be watched a little bit more carefully now, going towards Sheridan Lake. That has been developing a little bit, and I believe it might be in a little bit of a notch here. Let me look real quick. Actually, it's not really in a notch. It's actually basically just going to be rain wrapped at this point. So not a whole lot in terms of organization here near 96, but it's definitely an area to watch, again, going towards Sheridan Lake. So definitely be monitoring that storm very closely. Again, we'll be watching that fairly closely. And again, we'll be watching all the storms. So if you have any questions about any of the other storms, definitely feel free to let me know as well in the comments. Thank you truly, by the way, for becoming a storming subscriber. I really appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. It's 8 p.m. for you? Gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely nighttime there. I think the sun's already set in Florida. Anything in Plano? Just regular rain, Cassandra. Nothing to be concerned about. I would not be concerned about any severe weather tonight. Again, for those that are in North Texas, no severe weather expected. Maybe a strong storm. Again, there's a special weather statement for southern Dallas County, but it's, again, just gusty winds. Nothing too crazy. It might blow over your trash can and whatnot, so make sure you bring your trash cans in and cover your plants. But that'd be about it. Hey, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. We are, I think, like 30 subscribers now, or 40 subscribers away from 4,000. I would really appreciate if you become a subscriber. Also, thank you, Brian Sorcerin, Soccerin, as well as George, Amanda, and as well as Go Talk for becoming subscribers. I really appreciate it. Welcome. Just a question, will... What? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, it will. No, it won't, actually. I gotta clean up the back of my room. I know. Looks horrible, doesn't it? Gotcha, Flower. Yeah, anywhere in North Texas is, I'm pretty sure everywhere in Texas is in Central Time Zone, isn't it? By the way, for those that are just tuning in, again, there's some broad rotation still ongoing, going toward actually Sheridan Lake right now. That's the one area of rotation with this storm that might be a little bit concerning. Other than that, the other areas are not really rotating at this point. And back out to the north again, there is a little bit of rotation with this storm that currently is tornado warned down to the southeast of Cheney Wells, but is not really into much of a threat because it's still fairly broad rotation. Again, main threats with all these storms, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as golf ball sized hail. So that's our main threats as of right now. Let me go back down to the south. Well, let's see if any new developments are ongoing right now. Doesn't seem like there's anything new. We'll go down here real quick to southeastern New Mexico. I can find a radar site. Is there a radar site? Why is this so bright? Oh my god. There's a Lubbock. There's a Lubbock radar. I don't know if there's any other radar sites over here. Oh, there's one right here. But again, for those that are just tuning in southeastern New Mexico, there's currently severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing for the potential for damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour, as well as ping pong ball sized hail. So these are a couple of storms that we've been watching as well fairly closely. These are in fairly rural areas as of right now. This other warning, basically in the middle of nowhere north of 128, closer to Loving right now. There's a potential for damaging winds again up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as ping pong ball sized hail. The new warning is down to $half sized hail for Loving, as well as White City, and as well as Carvin City air terminal. So those are the areas included in that one along Highway 285. So that's another warning there. There's also one back out to the north of that near Fort Sumner, and is also producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. That's moving off to the east-southeast as of right now. And again, there are storms up in the northwestern panhandle of Texas as of right now. These storms have been producing quarter-sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. This warning is expected to expire actually in an hour. I don't think it'll last that long. It'll probably get canceled by, it'll be canceled by that time. But this is just to the north of Dalhart right now. It's actually going through Dalhart as of right now. Again, this is moving about 30 miles per hour off to the east. And the warning doesn't expire until 8:30, but it'll probably expire, or at least get canceled probably by the National Weather Service, probably around 8, or no later than 8 at least. So that'll be going towards Stratford. So that's another storm to be watching fairly closely as well. And again, the main area of tornado warnings as of right now, again, is through Colorado. So we'll be watching these storms again fairly closely for you. And see if this new one gets a new tornado warning or not. Let's see if there's any rotation still with this. And again, fairly broad rotation with this storm. There's obviously a couple little notches that you can see, maybe one right here, and also maybe one up here. But again, it's very broad. It's been broad for the last 30, 45 minutes. Ever since we started streaming, it's actually been fairly broad rotation. So far, some good news. But again, make sure you're seeking shelter if you're in any of these tornado warnings. The one back up to the northeast of 385, as of right now, is still producing some fairly broad rotation. So I don't think Dodge City is seeing anything, Angel. Yeah, West Texas might get some storms, but I don't think, again, anywhere in North Texas won't see anything. I think there was a severe thunderstorm warning down in southeastern Texas, though. There actually still is. So just the west of Victoria right now. There's still an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning that includes potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and as well as some quarter-sized hail. Again, I know I have a couple of viewers down here. I don't know how many, but there's obviously a warning ongoing down here to the northeast now of Beeville. So this is another warning to watch out for closely, but does not seem to be anything that's going to be crazy at this point. Again, back up to the north in DFW, we still have that special weather statement ongoing, and that's going toward Ellis County. It's in southwestern Dallas County. Gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour will be possible with this storm. And again, that's for Arlington, Venice, as well as Grandview, and off to the west of Waxahachie, currently included in that warning. So just keep that in mind. Again, a flash flood warning ongoing for North Richland Hills, Fort Worth, and as well as just to the north of Burleson. So some storms ongoing there. None of those are expected to become severe, so don't be concerned about severe weather there, but definitely be some storms to watch fairly closely. We'll see if we get a new tornado warning on either one of these. I don't think we will, but definitely can't rule it out. We'll be watching it closely. Again, if you're in any of these tornado warnings, just make sure you're in shelter. I don't expect a tornado threat again, but it's obviously a possibility. But definitely don't panic. Just make sure you're taking the proper precautions with these storms and make sure you're seeking shelter. By the way, thank you, Keller, as well as Lug, for becoming subscribers. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Ohio, I don't think has seen anything tonight, Sarah. Hey, Rory, how you doing? Welcome back. Hey, Quentin as well. Welcome back. How you guys doing? Welcome. No, Flower, you won't. Midland right now is not seeing anything, Penny, but you might see some storms later tonight, probably closer to about 9 to 10 o'clock, so won't see storms until then. Here's a new look at the radar as of right now. So we have a little bit of a new area of rotation. It's still rotating. It's still fairly broad. It's, again, not something I'm completely concerned about. It might get a new tornado warning, though. It's still in a fairly rural area as of right now, going toward 385. So, so far, good news. Obviously, it's better for these to be in rural areas than in very populated areas. But tornado warning just got updated, so it's a bit more condensed now. And it does not include any more of May Valley, so just kind of keep that in mind. If you're in May Valley, you can get out of shelter. You're perfectly fine. Damaging winds, again, being the main threat, up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as some golf ball-sized hail will be still possible with these storms. And those that are just joining us, there was a confirmed tornado near Fort Lyon back out to the west at 6:20. And again, there was actually a pretty interesting story. Again, you can pause your screen if you want to read it, but it says that basically at the bottom, somebody got picked up by a truck, or in a truck, excuse me, rotated 120 degrees and has windows blown off, and mirrors were ripped off as well. So that was an interesting tornado. I didn't really know that there was actually a tornado out there, but there was a very strong rotation at the time back out to the west near Fort Lyon, as well as Haswell. So those areas had strong rotation earlier, and obviously there was a tornado there. So it was definitely a tornado over that way. You been in a tornado before, have you? I've never been in a tornado before, nor have I ever seen one. Oh yeah, Rob, I just kind of answered the question. Yeah, I've never seen a tornado in person, so. You've been in 5, really? I don't know if that's lucky or unlucky. Reese, you probably won't see much tonight. Maybe a passing shower or a weak storm, but no severe weather expected for you. You've almost seen one in person? I think I've seen a funnel cloud before, but I've definitely never seen a tornado. All right, let me go back down to the south here. Let's take a look if there's any new updates on this warning. Actually, a new severe thunderstorm warning out to the west of Fort Stockton right now. Obviously, these are the storms that would probably be going toward Midland, but they're moving fairly slowly. This is actually a considerable threat. So this is right along Interstate 10, basically, as well as Interstate 20, kind of the intersection there. Damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as golf ball size hail possible with this storm. And that's moving down to the southeast as of right now. Not much in the track of this storm, but again, that's basically going right in the interstate. So that's definitely a storm to watch really closely for anybody in those areas. Again, golf ball size hail, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour possible there. And we have obviously the other severe thunderstorm warnings back up to the north here that will be probably going toward Midland, but they're moving fairly slowly. Again, near Loving, as well as basically the middle of nowhere, just north of 128, though. Again, these storms are both producing the potential for up to ping pong ball sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour in southeastern New Mexico. This watch, again, the severe thunderstorm watch on goes until 11 o'clock tonight, so definitely keep that in mind. And northwest of near Dalhart, by the way, there's still some severe weather ongoing here. Again, quarter-sized hail, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour possible with this storm as it moves out to the east, so definitely keep that in mind. Terror, there's not really an EF rating. You can't rate a tornado by radar. You have to actually like have somebody survey it, which the National Weather Service does, and they usually do that the day after. So, but if there was any tornadoes back up to the north, they're probably brief and weak. So, Reese, I already answered your question, no. Yes, there was a tornado touchdown earlier, about 6:20, which was estimated time, I believe, but that was near Fort Lyon. And that was in Central Time, by the way. This is in Central Time, just so you're aware. I don't know if Mountain Time goes for that area there. So it might have been 5:20 or 6:20, but it was 6:20 Central Time. No problem, KJ. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Let me go back to the velocities, and as of right now, still broad rotation. I don't think this will get a new tornado warning, but if it does, I wouldn't be completely shocked. But this rotation also back up here in the north has remained fairly broad, so far good news. Appreciate it, Lemar. Thank you. Again, for those that are just tuning in, there are 2 tornado warnings ongoing, both of them producing some fairly broad rotation. You can see this one right here, east of 385, is going off to the east as of right now. It's been, again, producing fairly broad rotation. Again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, quarter-sized hail. Still a possibility with this storm. Back up to the north, back down to the south of that, there's obviously a tornado warning still ongoing for another 8 minutes, so until 7:45. I don't think this is going to get a new tornado warning, but as of right now, that's south of Sheridan Lake. And that's obviously moving up to the east, producing damaging winds again up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as the potential for ping pong ball sized hail. The warnings, by the way, that are severe here are now labeled with tornado possible, so that leads me to believe that these will not be reissued in terms of a tornado warning. And obviously this warning as well into western Kansas is also the same thing goes there. Tornado possible on the label, but I don't expect a tornado warning to be issued at this point. Rotation again has remained fairly broad. This one, though, does include the areas like Hawley, as well as Hartman, Sheridan Lake, Towner, as well as Bristol. So those areas are included in this severe thunderstorm warning. Damaging winds upwards of 70 miles per hour, and as well as ping pong ball sized hail possible there. So just keep that in mind. See you later, Tara. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night. Or day. Or night. I think it's night. Have a good night. Have a good one, though. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, down to the west of Midland. This is near Kermit. And this is for a new warning. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, as well as the potential for ping pong ball sized hail exists for Bennett as well as Jal. So those areas included for the potential. That's just to the north right now of 128. That is moving down to the southeast as of right now. They'll be going toward Kermit and Wink eventually, probably in about an hour or so. And again, that's a new warning. Again, the severe thunderstorm watch does include areas just to the west of Midland. Andrews is included in it. Seminole, Denver City, Brownfield, Level Land, Littlefield. Lubbock is actually not included in this as well as Canyon, as well as Amarillo. Those areas are all included in that severe thunderstorm watch. And again, it goes all the way through areas like Kansas now. Kansas was actually added into this severe thunderstorm watch as of recently. So Kansas is actually included in this now. And again, just off to the northwest of Goodland, there's actually a new storm up here in far northwestern Kansas. This is producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, as well as quarter-sized hail there. So obviously several storms right now producing some large hail and damaging winds. So definitely some storms to watch fairly closely. And again, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the like button. And I would appreciate if you hit that red button down below and hit subscribe. It really helps our page out a lot. And we are fairly close, I believe, to 4,000 subscribers. So I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. And I need to find this radar site again. Here it is. The other radar site might be better, but... Welcome back, Flower. Yeah, there's definitely a very large hail core there. Jam tree. There's definitely a large one there. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome on in. Lemur, no, I'm not. I am my own entity. I'm my own page. Basically, my brand right now is North Texas Weather Center, but here on YouTube, I'm planning on changing my name to something more broad, because I obviously do a lot more than just North Texas. By the way, only 20 subscribers from 4,000, so if you have not hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. We've gained, I think, almost 2,000 subscribers this month, so it's been a crazy roller coaster, but or not this month, but over the last 30 days, I should say. Yeah, Dallas is currently seeing some severe weather, or not severe weather, excuse me, just some storms, but they're only strong. They're not severe, and they will not become severe, I don't think. I'm not expecting them to become severe. All right, so these tornado warnings will expire. I will actually probably, I'm going to keep it on for another minute or two, but those will probably expire here pretty shortly. Again, for those that are in DFW, there are some storms ongoing down here. Again, these are not severe. There's a special weather statement with this as of right now, damaging or gusty winds, excuse me, up to 40 miles per hour possible with this. Going through Midlothian, and again, this is in western Ellis County, southeastern Tarrant County, as well as southwestern Dallas County. This is moving off to the east-southeast as of right now. These storms are not expected to be severe again, but they may produce, again, some gusty winds as they move down to the southeast. And again, flash flood warning ongoing for those in Fort Worth and North Richland Hills, Forest Hill, and off to the north of Burleson. So those are in areas to watch as well as these storms move off to the east. And Florida, again, we will track any sort of tornado warnings that do get issued for Florida. I don't know if there will be any tonight, but there might be, possibly. So we'll watch that as well pretty closely. But as of right now, nothing down that way. You won't see anything in Bryan or College Station, most likely. If you do, it's going to be very little threats, but I don't think you'll see much tonight. No problem, Ronnie. Appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate Lemur. Appreciate that, Jam Tree. Is that tornado or hurricanes? It's kind of both. No, the tornado warnings as of right now, again, very broad rotation. These are actually probably going to expire without anything. They won't be reissued. There is a tornado possibility still labeled within these within these severe thunderstorm warnings. So there's still going to be a possibility, but obviously it's not going to be a new tornado warning because there's just not enough there to really say that there will be a tornado immediately or within the near future. There definitely could be one within the next like 30 to 45 minutes if they can try to rotate and develop. But as of right now, the tornado threat seems to be going down. Again, the main threat of these storms damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and ping pong ball sized hail. I will probably look at the tropics a little bit more again, but as of right now, it's potential tropical cyclone 1. And I don't know when it's going to get named, to be honest, because what I've seen so far, and I can actually show you here on here. Let me go and pull up the infrared imagery. That's not infrared. All right, so here's a look at the infrared imagery. As of right now, the low pressure system down here is basically like, I don't know if it's back here, but I'm pretty sure it's like right about here. And there's not a whole lot of circulation right now. There is some circulation going this way, but over here, there's not much storm activity. So it leads me to believe that this tropical storm will probably not get named yet. It might get named soon, though. But it is producing winds, by the way, of over 40 miles per hour. So it actually is technically a tropical storm, but it's not at the characteristics level. It is producing enough wind, though, to be considered a tropical storm. Let me turn this off. These tornado warnings are about to expire. Both of them expiring at 7:45 Central Time. Should expire here in just a moment. It's not even a tropical depression. It's probably going to skip that stage. Have a good night, Rebecca. Appreciate you tuning in. I will see you later. I put a tracker on Cedar Hill. Yeah, I can put a track on that storm soon. I don't think it's Yeah, again, that tropical, it's a tropical cyclone. That's really what it is at this point. But yeah, it's definitely going to bring a lot of rain. It's going to bring upwards of like 10 to 15 inches of rain in a few spots. So it's definitely going to be a lot of rain with that. By the way, thank you, William, as well as Keith, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. Thank you. Hey, White, how you doing? Welcome. North Richland Hills. Appreciate you tuning in. How you doing? Bradenton, Florida. I don't have a clue where that is, but good thing it's dry so far. Fence hail cores. Yeah, they look pretty large up here. Northwest of Goodland right now. There's definitely a lot of large hail with this storm. Let me go ahead and change to back over to the other screen. Tornado warning's basically expired at this point. So, but yeah, there's actually right now, so south of St. Francis, there's definitely some large hail with these storms. I don't know if it's quarter sized. I think it's a bit larger than that, but definitely some dangerous storms back up to the northwest of Goodland as of right now. So definitely some storms to watch there as they move off to the north. But tornado warning is about to expire. Again, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as ping pong ball sized hail will still exist as these move off to the east. And back down to the south, again, we have some severe thunderstorm warnings back down here off in West Texas. Some storms to watch there. Let me go back to Fort Worth real quick. I know somebody asked for the track on these storms, so I'll go and put a track real quick on these. And again, feel free to pause your screen if you need a track on these storms. Once they pop up here. If they pop up. They have not popped up. I have to refresh. There we go. All right. Again, there's a flash flood warning ongoing for Tarrant County, so just keep that in mind. Again, 2 to 3 inches of rain has already fallen. It's probably up to 4 now. But here's a bit of a track on these storms. So again, Hillsborough right around 747, Cedar Hill right around 753, Waxahachie 805, Duncanville 806, Glen Heights 810, Lancaster 831, Ennis 847, Seagoville right around 915, and Corsicana 924. So that's the timing on those strong storms. Again, these are not severe, but they are strong, moving off to the east and producing maybe some gusty winds along the way. And I'm going to go back up to the northwest toward Dalhart. I do have to change my title here to... Gonna do that. All right. I appreciate it, Lemur. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Will southwest Oklahoma ever dry out? Are you seeing rain down there in southwestern Oklahoma? Are you talking about, like, are you gonna see rain today? Because you might see some storms later tonight, but they'll be probably weak. They won't be severe. So what's causing all this bad weather? I'm pretty sure there's a trough or something like that, isn't there? Take a look real quick. I don't know if I haven't really looked at the jet stream today. Really recently, to be honest. Let me take a look real quick. Actually, not a trough. There's a dry line, and there's obviously a lot of moisture, so that's probably what's triggering it. But there isn't really any trough, so it's not really being assisted, at least at this point. There is a trough back up in Canada, but... yeah, the main thing is I think there's a dry line kind of helping these storms kind of fire up. By the way, we're only 13 likes away from 150, so if you haven't hit the like button on the stream, I would appreciate if you hit the like button. And we are only 19 subscribers away from 4,000. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit that red button down below. All right, I'm going to take a look real quick at potential tropical cyclone 1. The winds, again, are up to 40 miles per hour, but I don't know if there's going to be, if this is going to get named tonight. But as of right now, again, it's not been named. It's still a potential tropical cyclone. There's a new special weather statement, by the way, for Stratford, northeast of Dalhart. So this is, again, a new special weather statement. Does not seem to be a new severe thunderstorm warning at this point. It seems to just be a special weather statement. Gusty winds upwards of 55 miles per hour, and as well as some penny to maybe dime-sized hail will be possible with this storm. Yeah, that's moving off to the northeast towards Stratford. And that's going to be a storm to watch. Again, that's going just to the east of Highway 385 and basically right along 54. Thank you, Roy, by the way, for becoming a Stormy subscriber. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. And if you would like to become a member and get a chat badge and as well as some exclusive emojis and as well as exclusive forecasts here on our YouTube channel, you can hit the button in the link, the first link in the description. Will get you that access. Again, it starts from $2.99 per month. We're actually over 150 likes. I do appreciate everybody that liked this live stream. Appreciate it. I like that one, Roscoe. Appreciate it. I like that one. By the way, there was a damaging wind gust up here in eastern Colorado of 70 miles per hour. Dispatch relayed a report of near zero visibility in rain with estimated 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Just to the west, or just to the south, excuse me, of Chenney Falls. So there's a new report there. Obviously, this whole entire line of storms is warned at this point, or this like very small line of storms at this point has been warned for damaging winds upwards of 70 miles per hour, as well as ping pong ball sized hail. Again, that's going to be going towards Syracuse, Hawley as well, Tribune, and as well as Sharon Springs. So those areas are kind of in the line of these storms. There's also warnings ongoing in northwestern Kansas for damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour and quarter sized hail there as well, to the northwest of Goodland. So areas to watch as well. Flash flood watch or North Texas, or where is that? I know there's one in Florida. By the way, thank you Paul as well as Karen for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We are closing in on that goal. We are only 7 subscribers away from 4,000. If you want to be one of the last 4, or excuse me, 7, my math is horrible. If you want to be one of the last 7, though, to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Again, we are 7 away from 4,000 subscribers. So I report on the Caribbean Islands. I don't really report on them unless there's like tropical weather. I do all tropics on this YouTube channel. Like I do all the tropics. I do a lot of the southern. I do basically all the southern plains now. So I do include the tropics as well. So that includes anywhere in the Atlantic Ocean. If there's a hurricane or something like that, I will do a forecast on that, or any sort of tropical developments. I always have a watching the tropics episode. There's also a playlist for that. But I basically upload watching the tropics episodes for the most part every day. So I do a lot of the tropical weather as well. Yeah, I do basically all the southern plains and whatnot. There's actually a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings up here in northeastern Colorado right now. Yeah, and all of these are producing damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and as well as quarter-sized hail. So definitely some severe storms here. All right, let me go back down to the Amarillo storm. Amarillo storm, but the northern panhandle real quick. Yeah, for those that are just tuning in, there's a special weather statement. The severe thunderstorm warning got expired on this one, but that's just to the northeast of Dalhart. Yeah, that's going to be going towards Stratford. Gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour, and as well as penny to dime-sized hail, kind of the range right now there. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to go back up to these storms. These are obviously the most severe storms in western Kansas and eastern Colorado. So again, these are the storms that are producing, again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, quarter-sized hail northwest of Goodland. And again, this broken line of storms at this point, it's a very small line at this point near Sheridan Lake. This is producing, again, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and ping pong ball-sized hail. That is moving off to the east. A low-end tornado threat still exists with these storms, currently labeled as tornado possible. So keep that in mind. By the way, we're only 4 subscribers. 4 of you have to subscribe and hit that red button down below for us to hit 4,000 subscribers. Just 4 of you. If you've not already hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And we're only 4 away. I appreciate it, Ronnie. Thank you. Yes, honeys, I am. Yes. I am very well keeping track of Florida, for sure. I had a video on that, I think, yesterday or early today, so. Yeah, Christian, I'm aware of that. Yeah, there's a flash flood watch for southern Florida. They're expected to see between, how much rain? I think it was like 5 to 10 inches, isolated 12 to 13 inches of rain. There was nickel-sized hail reported, by the way, near Rulton? I don't know what I'm saying. That's near Sherman County, Kansas. So that's off to the northwest of Goodland. Virginia, that is just gusty winds. It's weak. It's basically just strong storms, not severe though. Not expected to be severe. So we've officially hit 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. We've officially done it. For proof, we've hit 4,000 subscribers. I do appreciate, again, everybody subscribing to our YouTube channel. It means a lot. I really do appreciate it. Never thought I would hit it, but we did. I really do appreciate everybody subscribing today, and as well as, obviously, throughout the month. I think we've gained 2,000 subscribers within the last 30 days. It's been pretty crazy, so I do appreciate everybody subscribing again. It really means the world. And if I missed your name at any point, I do apologize, but yeah, thank you guys so much, and we are now on the road to 5,000. And I do appreciate it. Again, it's pretty crazy to think, but I do appreciate it. By the way, there was a funnel cloud reported northeast of Yuma, so this might actually get tornado warned. I think there's a tornado possibility on this severe thunderstorm warning, but there was actually a funnel cloud reported at 7:48, which was only 6 minutes ago. I appreciate everybody. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody subscribing. We just hit 4,000 subscribers. I don't know who the 4,000th subscriber was, but if you were the 4,000th, I really do appreciate it. I don't think the new subscribers have come in yet, but should get it in a second. Yeah, again, we'll be tracking the tropical storm as well, so we'll definitely be making sure we're monitoring that very closely. Again, a funnel cloud was just reported northwest or northeast, or yeah, northwest of Eckley. This is northeast of Yuma, so this might get tornado warned. I don't know why it hasn't yet, but there was a funnel cloud reported there not very long ago. It was only about 5 minutes ago. If there's any tornado warnings or anything like that in Florida, definitely let me know in chat. I have not been really looking down there, but I will definitely look at that stuff if it does happen. Again, there's going to be a low-end threat for a tornado tonight down in Florida, and then it'll be a little bit higher tomorrow. And again, I will be going over. I'll probably go live tomorrow if there's any tornado warnings in Florida tomorrow. And these are the Colorado storms producing damaging wind gusts upwards of 70 miles per hour, as well as some quarter-sized hail. So just keep that in mind. These are moving off to the east. Do appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I know, 4,000. It's more of you guys. Don't even thank me or congratulate me. Do appreciate you guys subscribing. It's more of you guys than me. Just to put it in perspective, by the way, on May 14th, we're at 2,300 subscribers. And we crossed 2,000 subscribers on May 1st. So, just kind of put it in perspective. 2,000 to 4,000 in about 32 days. Pretty crazy. So, we appreciate it. Do you recap wind hail areas after the live chats or live casts? What do you mean by that, BT? Crazy here in North Carolina, is it? There's severe weather over there? Southwest of Eckley. Yeah, there was a funnel cloud apparently reported up here. Man, there's no tornado warning. Yeah, there's rotation there. I'm surprised it's not tornado warned. There was the funnel cloud, it says reported. Northwest of Eckley. I'm surprised it's not been, like, kind of weird. Surprised they didn't issue a tornado warning on that. And there's no other tornado warnings or anything like that. There's actually a new special weather statement, by the way, down here for Dalhart. Nickel-sized hail. All right, we got a tornado warning. Well, see, I have jinxed a lot of tornado warnings recently. I don't know if you guys realize that, but there's a new tornado warning for areas in Colorado. This is off to the south of Eckley. This is actually not even where the funnel cloud is it? Yeah, velocities are all skewed here on the... All right, there we go. This is the rotation. So south of Eckley right now. This is a different area from where the funnel cloud was reported. This is moving east-southeast. It's going to be including areas like nowhere. So it's actually not including... It's probably including something, but it's just nothing that's very populated. But this is going to the east-southeast, going toward Highway 385. So east of 59. Again, a tornado warning was just issued for this area. Make sure you're seeking shelter immediately. And there was a funnel cloud reported off to the north of that. Let me go and see if I can get the... Again, this will look at the reflectivity. Again, the rotation seems to be rain-wrapped. So if there was a tornado, it would be rain-wrapped. And again, can't really get the velocities on here other than this one. This is basically what we're looking at. So your rotation is going to be right about here. And looking at the reflectivity, I'm in this like little notch most likely. So it's definitely going to probably be at least to some extent rain-wrapped. It's going to be definitely difficult to see with how much rain we're seeing in this area. So again, new tornado warning for those areas. And there was a funnel cloud again reported north of Eckley, which is a different part of the storm, but this is obviously the storm that is more severe out of the entire little area here, this little cluster. So this will look at it a little bit better of a look now. So I'm just gonna stay on the base reflectivity. It doesn't have all those glitches, but this is a look at it again. The rotation right now is still, it's definitely there. It's definitely a potential for a tornado. Again, make sure you're seeking shelter. Wind's going away from the radar here. Wind's going toward the radar. Again, here's where your rotation is. Definitely a potential for a tornado anytime here. Going down to the southeast as of right now. By the way, thank you, Tom, Susie, as well as Ken Lura for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. BT, I do something like that. I do you have to go on my website, and under commercial products I do have like a little thing like that. It's more like on demand though. It's just like contact me and I can kind of help you with that sort of stuff. Yeah, I do a little bit of that. It's usually just computer generated information though. It's not like I go out and try to research each individual storm completely. Christian, I will cover Florida if there's anything need to be covered, but as of right now, there isn't much to be covered there. It's just rain as of right now. The lightning's crazy in North Carolina, is it? I didn't realize there were storms out there. Again, there is a tornado warning for those that are just tuning in to the south of Eckley. This is currently going east-southeast. It's going toward Highway 385. Again, that'll be moving toward basically northwestern Kansas. Again, new tornado warning for those here. Potential for a tornado does exist. Make sure you're seeking shelter again. This is also south of 34, so plain area to be watching fairly closely for a tornado threat. Definitely gonna be rain wrap, by the way, so don't try to look and try to see if there's actually a tornado out there. It's definitely not worth it. Stay away from windows. Hank Clark Kent? I don't think I look much like him. Yeah, this is gonna probably just stay south of Kansas, at least this part of the storm. Or not, excuse me, not Kansas, Nebraska. But it will probably go into Kansas. But the storm will likely enter into southwestern Nebraska. It just won't be, it'll probably be this area, the storm's here. It's actually been interesting. A lot of these storms have been developing in areas that weren't really forecasted to see much tonight. So, really an interesting setup what we've seen so far today. Again, a tornado warning just south of Eckley. Definitely something to watch for closely. The storm down there in DFW is not that severe right now, to be honest. Or it's not. It's strong, but it's definitely not severe. There has been already flash flooding reports there in Fort Worth, but yeah, it's just a normal. You know, it's just a strong storm. Gusty winds being the main threat again, as it moves down to the southeast there. Actually, a pretty big hail core here. Damaging wind report of 60 miles per hour was actually reported here over in Vernon. In Colorado, so definitely some very strong winds with these storms, without a doubt. And a tornado warning ongoing south of Eckley. So, if you're in this area, make sure that you are seeking shelter. I don't know what's in this area. I'm gonna go and see what we can see on Google Maps because this radar definitely won't give that to me. Refresh those. It's just south of Eckley, so it's kind of the area we're in as of right now. Right, should get that now. All right, here's the tornado warning. So it does include, doesn't seem like to be anything. Glendale Cemetery, it does include. And as well as just, it looks like a lot of side roads. There's also a Sunday school and a ranch in this area, but no specific towns. It's basically just south of Ray and again, south of Eckley. So that's kind of where this is as of right now. It's a fairly rural area as of right now. So yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the like button. We're only 24 likes away from 200. Make sure to subscribe as well. Yeah, that's my plan, JCP. Honestly, I don't know at this point. The live streams kind of cover everything nowadays, but primarily Southern Plains. And then the videos cover more of just Texas and Oklahoma. Kind of what it's at this point. So, I don't know. I'm kind of at a weird stage right now because I have a lot of, obviously I'm doing a lot of live streams and they're outside of Texas as well. Not just Texas, but outside of it as well. And my Facebook page is only North Texas. So it's kind of a weird dilemma I'm in as right now. So I'm not sure yet. Yeah, we do Southern Texas too. Yeah, Southern Texas right now, there's actually a severe thunderstorm warning. It just expired, but or got canceled. Yeah, we do that as well. We've had several reports in the southern Tarrant County area of flash flooding. So if you guys are in that area, make sure you're staying safe and make sure you're not driving into roads that are flooded. Highly recommend that you don't do that. Change your name to your own thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in a really weird spot right now, and I just don't know what to do. It's, you know, I'm pretty much a one-man show, so I don't really know what to actually do. That would be best. All right. Special marine warning for Wilmington. Where in the world is that? All right, tornado warning just got updated, so it's kind of excluding that northern area, but this is where your rotation is again, moving down to the southeast as of right now, going toward 385. So south of Ray, again, southeast of Eckley. Just keep that in mind. Again, the storm is going down to the southeast. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We do live streams all the time like this. Again, it's not just North Texas. The name is misleading. I got to figure out a new name, as I kind of mentioned before, so we're figuring that out at some point. But right now, it's going to be North Texas Weather Center because I don't really know what to change it to. By the way, thank you, Daniel, for subscribing. I think I said that already, but appreciate it. Eckley population is 232. Is that really it? Really? Gans, I was thinking about max velocity. That's kind of my name that I'm thinking of as right now. Thinking about it, but that even feels a little bit kind of weak. Hey, Kalecore went over you. Where are you at, Virginia? I forgot. You always mention it, I think. I always forget. Yeah, this is pretty... I don't know how close this is to Vernon, but I don't remember where Vernon is anymore. I think this isn't near Vernon, though. This is, I mean, near Vernon. I don't know, but the poll results, if I go to them real quick. I remember what they were. New update. So far the rotations remain. It looks to be a little bit more broad. It is weak rotation, so if there's a tornado, it would probably be brief and weak. That's what we're looking at as of right now. Yeah, 45% voted for max velocity, 26% voted for Southern Plains Weather Center, and then a mix of everything else after that. Southern Storm Central was another one, but I don't like that one that much. Southern Plains Weather Channel, I don't like either. I mean, max velocity sounds cool. It just, I don't feel like it's specific enough to me, to be honest. I don't know. Vernon is really small. Yeah, it doesn't really show up on here. Most of the small town, there's not much that shows up on here, to be honest. That's the one downfall to this. Otherwise, you get set to manually add them. April, south of Waxahachie. Yeah, there's some small hail down there. I don't think anything beyond that, though, Virginia. I don't think I will, Lotto. I don't think I'll... Well, yeah, it won't be Texas, because I don't just do Texas anymore. If I just stayed to Texas, it wouldn't make much sense to viewers. Because right now, on North Texas Weather Center, I'm literally doing Colorado. It makes absolutely no sense. So, it's just kind of like a problem that I have right now. But I'll figure it out. We'll see. It might be Southern Plains something, too. But I just, again, I have no clue. I'm not going to make a decision on that probably right now, but I'm still considering stuff. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Welcome back. Weather repeater. Okay. I repeat myself a lot, but I think a lot of people repeat themselves, even in the weather world, especially during tornado warnings. Obviously, you know, most people are saying seek shelter. That's kind of like the thing you should be doing. All right, let's go back up to the north. I'm going to kind of go through these severe thunderstorms again. Actually, some up in Nebraska right now. Wow, this is not, I don't even think, wait, let me go back to the SPC real quick. I don't remember if this area was even included in this. Actually, I guess I was. But again, for western Nebraska right now, we have actually a couple of storms here. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and ping pong ball sized hail near Roscoe. And it's north of Grant. And there's also another warning here for the potential for $half sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour for those in Imperial, Champion, Crete, Chase, and as well as fire management area. So those areas are included there in Nebraska. And again, over here, there's still a tornado warning ongoing. Actually, I don't have my tornado warning thing on. Let me go put that on real quick. I realized I wasn't on. But this is a look at the tornado warning as of right now to the south of Eckley. Again, this is producing a potential for tornado. Has had some rotation here at times. There was a funnel cloud associated with this storm as well earlier, about 20 minutes ago. This is moving down to the southeast. And again, it's going to be going toward Highway 385. So the only area that I'm most concerned about right now is Highway 385. By the way, the tornado threat in far southern Florida just got increased to a 5% probability. So it's actually a bit increased. So I'll be watching that area closely as well. But that's now up to a 5% probability. So just for those that are tuning in, there's actually a little bit of an increased threat now for that storm. And again, that's a tornado warning ongoing. Severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-sized hail, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour for another 5 minutes or so. There's obviously this warning. This storm's been weakening a bit now, but that's off to the northwest of Goodland, just west of 27, south of St. Francis, producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail as well. And back down to the south of that near Tribune, as well as down to the south of Sharon Springs, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as quarter-sized hail possible there. And down to the south of that as well as near Hawley, same threat goes there. Damaging winds of 60 miles per hour and as well as some dime-sized hail. And that's a line of storms. That's a small line that's moving into western Kansas as of right now. Also got another warning, and I believe in far southeastern Colorado to the east of Campo. Very limited area here, but that's also off to the west of Elkhart. That's producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. Also got some storms down here in the northern panhandle of Texas. These storms we've been watching for a while, but these are not severe at this time. They're just strong storms, 55 mile per hour winds, as well as nickel-sized hail possible with both of these storms near Dalhart as well as Stratford. Those storms are moving off to the northeast. We got some warnings in New Mexico. I won't really cover much because they're really rural areas. These are also rural areas, but that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, for those that are in the North Texas region, I know many of you guys are from North Texas, but those storms right now are moving down to the south. Waxahachie, Hillsborough, currently seeing some strong storms. None of these are forecasted to be severe, so don't be concerned about that at this point. And as of right now, no other severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, we got our tropical or potential tropical cyclone down into the Gulf of Mexico. I'll be watching pretty closely, but as of right now, no tornado warnings in Florida. Again, we'll be watching that area as well closely in case there's a warning there. Let me back down to the radar down there. Goodland. And here's again a look at the tornado warning in eastern Colorado, northeastern Colorado. Again, it's a pretty rural area, but we'll watch it pretty closely. All right. Yeah, I agree, Gant. I do agree with that. I'm going to keep thinking. We'll see. I want something that's good. I don't want something that's just like, I mean, Max Velocity isn't bad, but I don't think it's the name that I want. Especially because I want something to be a long-term name. I don't want it to be like another, because the names that I've had recently, again, I started out as like Denton County Weather. That name lasted a year. I had one before that, only lasted like half a year. North Texas Weather Center has lasted so far, I think, not even half a year. Maybe it's lasted a year. I can't remember. Did I make it this year or last year? I think it was last year. But that's not, it's only lasted about a year. So I want something that lasts like forever. I don't want something that just lasts for a couple days, you know? All right, tornado warning just got updated. So again, it's excluding those areas back off to the northwest. It just kind of got a little bit condensed here. And again, rotation seems to be broadened again. So good news so far. It's broader rotation, but it is a tornado warning. We'll be watching it pretty closely. Yeah, let's move down to the southeast toward 385. Hey, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the like button. We're only 7 likes away from 200. And I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below as well, the red subscribe button, and you will get an alert on screen. Your name will be shown on screen. I would appreciate if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, there's definitely some rain over in North Texas. It's some strong storms as of right now. Definitely something to watch. I don't know who that is, Virginia, but I don't really honestly know that many meteorologists other than like the ones that I watched growing up, because I don't really watch other people anymore. I just kind of do my own thing. Weather scanner, everybody uses that name. I would get lost in the Google results. All right, I'm behind on stuff, by the way. All right, thank you, Heather, as well as Swirly, for subscribing, by the way. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. Thank you for tuning in, as well as subscribing. Appreciate it. Texas Storm Tracker Network. Yeah. I don't want Texas in the name, though, because I'm not doing just Texas. That's the problem now. Accurate live weather reporting. That's actually a good one. But I don't think I would use that because, well, it's not a bad name. It's just, I'm not always live. Maybe I just changed my name to Accurate Weather Reporting. That's where we ended off. Accurate Weather Reporting. That's all we need. Yeah, Midwest, there's going to be a possibility for more severe weather next week. Might even be a bit of an outbreak, but too early to put specifics on that. There's going to be a positively tilted trough sometime next week, late next week. But usually positively tilted troughs don't bring much in terms of severe weather. Yeah, if I know what I'm doing, but I don't know anything about SEO, to be honest. Only thing I know how to do, honestly, here on YouTube is just make like an average thumbnail and a title. That's about it. Obviously, I do my weather forecast, but I think I enjoy the weather forecast. I dislike putting anything together in terms of thumbnails or titles. I just don't like doing it because it's hard. It's not easy to do that sort of stuff. You don't want to be misleading, but you also don't want to be like super broad either. That sort of thing. Yeah, again, names are going to be kind of hard to put together at this point. It's difficult. Trying to figure it out, though. What about Tornado Alley Weather Center? Nah. I think I'm going to get rid of the Weather Center part of my name. At least. Well, maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. Heartland Weather Center? Where's that even at? Is that just a town? I appreciate it, KEL. Appreciate it. Oh, gotcha. Jam Tree. Okay. Oh, okay, I know who that is now. Okay, so James Fan. Okay, I know who that is. I've watched that. I watched that broadcast on YouTube one time. Part of it. Yeah, my name should just be all over the world. Should do everything. Definitely not doing that. I'll never do that. I'll never do anything beyond the United States. Oh God. Okay, 1 second. How do these people get past my like chat stuff? What? Okay, guys, just ignore the bots. I don't know why they ever... I have subscriber only mode on, I have slow mode on, and I don't know how they even get past that. I really don't. That should be filtering out all of those chats too. What? I have no clue anymore. I'm just gonna up my delay to like 8 seconds, or 10. I'll just make it to like 8 seconds or something. So it slows down a bit. Again, for those that are just tuning in, there's a tornado warning ongoing. Broad rotation as of right now, heading down to the southeast toward 385. That is south of Ray and Eckley. There was a funnel cloud with the storm at one point, but as of right now, that's what we're looking at. And no other tornado warnings as of right now. So this is our one tornado warning across the map. Again, tornado threat was not expected to be high today, but there has been several across Colorado. So the People's Weather Channel actually doesn't sound that bad. Doesn't sound bad, but I don't know. Tornado Alley Weather Center, yeah, that one too is just kind of like, I don't know. Oh, you know what I could do? No, I could actually possibly fix that issue with my chatbot, maybe. I don't know. I appreciate Christian. Nah, again, I'm definitely not doing that. I don't like clickbaiting stuff. I mean, I already put an arrow in my forecast, and that's like average at this point on YouTube, but I don't like clickbaiting. It just doesn't, I don't like doing that sort of stuff. I like to be honest. I don't like doing, you know, that stuff, sort of stuff. I like to be like an honest kind of forecaster. Yeah, YouTube filters are kind of broken right now. I like that game. All right, the latest update on the radar right now, there's actually a little bit of rotation maybe developing here. Again, that's west of 385 right now, heading off to the southeast again. Let's go and take a look at the radar. That's an area of rotation. Regardless, there's a pretty hefty hail core right now to the west of 385, so definitely a storm to watch fairly closely. Oh, tornado warning? I'm talking about the eastern Colorado tornado warning. Okay, I like the, I get it, AJR, but we don't need politics involved in this. All right, again, going back to the tornado warning, this is an ongoing tornado warning, eastern Colorado, south of Eckley and south of Ray. Again, ongoing, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and quarter-size hail also exists outside, in the storm, as well as outside of it. Again, there are several areas with large hail back off to the north of Ray. Up here near 385. There's also an area down here to the southwest of that, southwest of the tornado warning, basically along 59 right now, and as well as an area here that's within that tornado warning. Again, this tornado warning is ongoing for another 12 minutes or so. So that's going toward 385. Again, Highway 385 is in the path of this. As of right now, the rotation has remained fairly broad and is moving down to the southeast. We've already had a report of 60-mile-per-hour winds ahead of this storm, so we do definitely know that there's damaging winds with this storm. Again, it's moving down to the southeast. And we actually have a new tornado warning for those in Ray. So this is a part of the funnel cloud that we had earlier. I know Ray might be a little bit more populated, so we have a new tornado warning for this area of the storm that is moving through Ray right now. Again, a tornado warning was just issued, and half-dollar size hail is also possible with that storm. And again, we have a tornado warning down here to the south of that. So new tornado warning again for Ray. So we have now 2 tornado warnings lined up here in Colorado, in eastern Colorado right now. So make sure you seek a shelter immediately away from windows, interior room of your house. That is recommended, or really you should be doing that regardless. Again, new tornado warning for eastern Colorado. There's a museum and hospital in Ray. Thank you, Jamtree. I have it on Google Maps. Let me take a look. So yeah, Ray has a little bit more of a population. So again, Ray, if you're in Ray, make sure you're seeking shelter right along, basically anywhere right along Route 34, Highway 385. Cobblestone Inn and Suites is also there. Ray High School, obviously they have a high school there. Subway, Riverside Cafe. Yeah, so it's definitely a populated area. So again, if you're in that area, make sure you're seeking shelter immediately. Again, away from windows. There's a tornado warning ongoing here for Ray, and as well as down to the south of that, we have now 2 ongoing across eastern Colorado. And again, there's going to be up to a half-dollar size hail as well with this storm. So it's not just a tornado threat; it's also a potential for large hail as well. Winds being estimated by radar right now by the damaging winds at this point are around 55, being estimated by radar, but the storm's rated for up to 70 miles per hour. So we definitely could be seeing some very damaging winds with this storm as it moves down to the south and southeast. So definitely watch out for these storms again. Seek shelter immediately with this storm. Thank you, Quandale, as well as Jerry for subscribing, by the way. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, if you have any questions, make sure to leave them in chat. And make sure to hit the like on the live stream as well. We're only 41 likes away from 250, so make sure to hit the like button as well. And that's as of right now what we're looking at. No other warnings in terms of tornado warnings as of right now. We'll be keeping a close eye on these 2, again, in eastern Colorado. These are moving off to the east, so make sure you're seeking shelter. Again, this is moving off to the east right now. For Ray, again, Ray should be seeking shelter. Your tornado warning is ongoing there. Look at the velocities as of right now. So as of right now, the rotation is still somewhat broad, but it definitely could strengthen. Again, this is kind of where we're looking for some rotation. There's also a little area back here, but the main area seems to be right about here, right along 385 right now in Ray. And again, a tornado warning ongoing down here. Rotation is a bit stronger down here near 385. That area is having a bit more of a strong area of rotation. That is going, again, toward Highway 385 right now. Yeah, it's just strong storms, Virginia, down south of DFW. Wilson, I have absolutely no clue. I really don't. I usually just kind of wing it. Again, if there is not a tornado, which I would probably expect that there's at least some sort of rotation right now, there is obviously indicated by radar, but damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and as well as up to half-dollar sized hail is possible with this storm. We just had a funnel cloud, by the way, reported in Yuma County, so this is just 6 miles to the west-southwest of Ray right now at 8:10. So about 12 minutes ago, there was a trained weather spotter that reported a funnel cloud roughly 2 miles to the southwest of Ray. I think it's 6, but maybe it was back over here. That's where the rotation is as of right now. Again, there was a reported funnel cloud with this storm. Here's a look at the rotation. Again, it's moving a bit more off to the east. That is where your rotation is now. Again, there was a funnel cloud reported with this storm. If we go back a few scans, not a whole lot actually showing back there, but it's definitely stronger here. It was definitely a little bit stronger before, though. Winds, by the way, are very strong with this. We're looking at 60-mile-per-hour winds, downburst winds right now just to the southwest of Ray, where that funnel cloud was originally. Now we're looking at it looks like a bit of a broader rotation. Again, the rotation down here near 385 is a lot stronger. Correlation coefficient not picking up a whole lot yet on either storm, so not looking like there's any debris being lofted up in the atmosphere as of now, but it definitely could change here pretty soon. And Ray right now under a tornado warning. Appreciate it, Roscoe. You're in Ray, yeah, definitely make sure you're seeking shelter away from windows. Again, the rotation currently is basically centered there, so make sure you are, again, seeking shelter. Half-dollar size hail is also possible with this storm. There's also a new flash flood warning, by the way, along 385. I don't think anywhere is included in this. Beecher Island and as well as Vernon are actually included in that flash flood warning. So again, there's also potential for flash flooding with how much rain we're seeing as of right now. So again, for those in Ray, make sure you're seeking shelter. Again, the winds as of right now, very strong southwest of Ray. So definitely damaging winds without a doubt. So again, make sure you're staying away from windows, lowest floor of your building. And there's obviously been some broad rotation with this. There was a funnel cloud reported earlier about 13 minutes ago with this storm. Definitely could redevelop at any time. It looks like we have possibly even a tornado down here. How strong the rotation is west of 385 near Vernon. So that's another area that we're watching very closely as well. 2 tornado warnings ongoing here in eastern Colorado. Again, make sure you're seeking shelter away from windows. By the way, for those in DFW, again, just a reminder, the storms are only strong and not severe. They're not expected to be severe tonight. Yeah, if you have any questions about any of these severe weather ongoing, feel free to leave them in the chat. Again, we're watching this storm very closely near Ray. A funnel cloud was reported not too long ago. So, very well watching the storm very closely. Again, this is a potential for tornado, and it's also producing strong damaging winds right now. It looked like a hook echo near Malone. Let me take a look. I don't see anything that indicates any rotation, Lotto. Definitely some small hail, though, with that storm. There's definitely a little bit of small hail. Maranatha, I don't know how to say your name, but I don't know. I really don't know about my name change yet. We'll see. I'm just getting kind of weighed out for right now. It's not like something I have to urgently change. It's just something I have to do at some point. Again, for those that are just tuning in, there was a funnel cloud reported southwest of Ray. So there is a possibility for a tornado with this storm. Again, the rotation seems to be broad. The area of rotation as of right now seems to be down here to the southeast now of Ray. So definitely keep that in mind. Again, very strong winds. Winds up to 60 to 65 miles per hour are occurring right now just south of Ray as well. So keep that in mind. Gotcha, Buckle. Yeah. Couple of tornado warnings over here near Vernon and against Ray. So there's definitely some dangerous storms right now. This one here near Ray seems to be or south of Ray near Vernon seems to be the worst one. I don't have a better radar sight than this one, so I won't change. But yeah, this seems to be rotating pretty strong right now. Near Vernon, again, Vernon's the one included in that tornado warning. Sirens are going off. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Whenever there was actually a confirmed tornado at 8:15, 3 miles west of Ray. So this was a caller reported a rope funnel that briefly touched down a few miles west of the town of Ray. So it was actually a confirmed tornado west of Ray. So some breaking details. Again, this was about 11 minutes ago, so this is not on the ground, it seems like, as of right now, but there was a confirmation of a tornado rope funnel. Again, this is basically a small, very brief tornado at touchdown right along 34 here. And again, this is just a couple of miles west of Ray. Looks to be kind of close to the Tri-Corners trailer sales and service area, as well as maybe near the DC concrete and construction, that kind of area along Route 34. Just to the west of that, also a Mexican restaurant over in that general area. So that's kind of where this rope tornado was confirmed at this point. Now, the tornado warning has been condensed to not include Ray anymore. So those in the town of Ray do not have to seek shelter. If you're in like eastern Ray, though, I'd definitely be still staying in shelter. Laird is also now included in this warning. So that's a new area that just got included in this tornado warning. So yeah, make sure you're seeking shelter immediately away from windows. And again, if you're just tuning in, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions about any of the severe weather ongoing, make sure to leave them in chat. But there was a confirmed tornado, again, just a few miles to the west of Ray. It was a rope funnel, briefly touched down. And as of what we know right now, doesn't seem like there's much damage, but definitely it was brief. Again, only a couple miles to the west of Ray. And there's obviously another tornado warning ongoing west of 385. And that is moving off to the east right now. And they'll eventually go into Kansas here pretty soon. So definitely another storm to watch fairly closely. So far, what we know is there's a funnel cloud and then obviously a confirmed tornado just a couple miles west of Ray. No problem, Buckle. Appreciate you tuning in. No problem at all. Yeah, we don't just do Texas weather. We do all sorts of weather. So live streams are kind of everything. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, again, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. We do live streams like this all the time. Make sure to hit the like button as well if you're enjoying the stream. If you got anything of value out of it. Again, this is pretty much a free service, so I do appreciate you tuning in. Glitchy stuff is pretty, I'm assuming it's somewhat strong rotation. It looks to be a little bit weaker now, but let me go to the base velocity real quick. And yeah, as of right now, there's still some strong rotation here right along Highway 385. Does not seem to be at the ground yet, but there's definitely a little bit of strong rotation there. Welcome back, Tara. How you doing? Welcome back. We have 2 tornado warnings ongoing, and just to zoom out real quick, a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, but again, main threat right now is these 2 tornado warnings. There was a confirmed tornado again near Ray, so those that are just tuning in from the area of Ray, I know a few of you guys are watching right now from Ray. There was a confirmed tornado. Again, that was about at 8:15, so about 14 minutes ago. It was a brief touchdown, so it's not on the ground, and it was a small tornado. It was a rope funnel, so basically it was very small. We have a new tornado warning, by the way, down to the southeast of this new cell. Again, this one has a pretty pronounced right now inflow, and again, it has a bit of a hook here. This is going to go into basically 385 and near Route 36. Again, new tornado warning was just issued. This is just to the southeast of Vernon. So again, if you're in this area, make sure you're seeking shelter immediately. I don't see any areas included. It looks like a lot of farmland. I'll go ahead and double check here in just a second. A couple tornado warnings now included. Again, make sure that you are seeking shelter immediately. Yeah, Zero, I'm basically doing everything. Appreciate you tuning in, by the way. Welcome back. We have a new tornado warning down here to the southeast, and we also have one just to the east of Ray. Ray is currently out of the gun at this point in terms of the tornado warning. There was a confirmed tornado, though, just to the west of Ray at 8:15. Again, it was a rope funnel, so it's not on the ground anymore, but it was a brief tornado there. It was just to the east, or excuse me, just to the, basically right around the DC concrete and construction area, for those that are familiar with the Ray area. So that was what was in that area there. Again, there was a new tornado warning, including down here near 385 and 36. Does not seem like there's much here. Some roads here. I don't see anything that is currently populated, though. Seems like maybe a few homes. So that's kind of what's down here again. But the new tornado warning just got issued. Flash flood warning, by the way, is ongoing, so keep that in mind. Let me go back to the velocities here. Yeah, as of right now, the rotation is definitely a bit broader. Again, there was a tornado on the ground at one point, and down here to the south, still some rotation here, right along 35. This is the area of rotation that we're watching as of right now in terms of a potential for a tornado threat. And again, pretty pronounced inflow going into the storm right now. Again, here's your hook. So it's kind of what we're looking at this point, right along 35 as of right now. Very pronounced supercell currently moving off to the east-southeast. Make sure you're seeking shelter again away from windows. And if you're just tuning in, there's a lot of farmland around here, but there are obviously the Ray area is now kind of out of this warning. But I would still be in shelter if you're in eastern Ray for the next couple of minutes before this tornado warning does expire. Again, there was a confirmed tornado just a few miles to the west of Ray. We'll see if we get any other information on that. That was at 8:15, so about 15 minutes ago in Central Time. And again, it was on the ground. It was a brief funnel. It was basically a brief rope funnel, which means it was basically a very small tornado that touched down just to the south of 34. And that was reported by the public. So just keep that in mind. Again, a very pronounced little hook here right now. Strong inflow going into this storm that's just now to the southeast of Vernon, right along Highway 385. That's moving down right now to the east-southeast. It'll eventually go into Nebraska to the west of St. Francis. So just keep that in mind. Again, that's heading down to the southeast. Appreciate it, Virginia. Zamurai, I'll do that at some point later. Again, I'm going to be mainly covering these tornado warnings for right now, but we'll get to that at some point soon. Again, these storms are all producing, by the way, all of them are producing up to half-dollar size hail and damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. So even if you're in Ray, you still might be seeing some severe weather right now, and anywhere along 385, in fact. So just keep that in mind. Look at this storm again. Let me go back to the velocities. And here's where your rotation is. It's right where that hook is as of right now. Basically in this area. Kind of hard to pick out anything that looks strong with this storm, particularly right along 385, but it's moving out to the east-southeast as of right now. But as of right now, pretty pronounced inflow notch right now. Again, there's a little hook here. Inflow. Yeah, if there was to be a tornado, it would likely be located right about in there. It's usually not located in the northern part of the storm like that, but it's definitely not out of the question. But I would expect mainly the main area there to be that little hook. And again, back up here near Ray, tornado warning is expected to expire 8:45. Again, for those that are just tuning in, there was a confirmed tornado just to the west of Ray at 8:15. and it may have produced a very brief touchdown. That's basically what it was at this point, so just keep that in mind. Those that were near Ray, I don't know how long it was on the ground, we don't really know, but it was brief. So a few miles west of the town of Ray, so that's kind of where we're at this point. Look at the storm again. Let me go back to the velocities as of right now. Here's your rotation. So again, this is kind of where your rotation is located as of right now. Again, heading down to the east-southeast there with that storm, and that'll eventually again go toward 36. Back out to the north. As of right now, rotation seems to be fairly broad with this storm. I don't expect a new tornado warning with this storm to the east of Ray. But anywhere right along 34 is no longer included in this warning. But again, this will be going toward 27 eventually, so just keep that in mind as it heads into areas like basically northwestern Kansas as well as southwestern Nebraska. That's kind of the area it's at right now. Again, 2 tornado warnings ongoing in eastern Colorado. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your message, Leto. Easy or difficult to check the height or tops of cells spawning tornadoes? It's not necessarily difficult. I mean, you can kind of use your own. Usually, pilots are given that sort of like information with, you know, METARs and PIRFs and stuff like that. PIRFs, I mean, I don't know what I just said. But yeah, I mean, that information isn't necessarily hard to figure out. Now, for my sake, I can't put that information on the screen because I just don't have it embedded with the software. So, yeah, usually you can figure that information out. It's not usually that difficult to figure out because usually it's embedded with those PIRFs and stuff like that. Usually, or METAR data and whatnot. So, I'll probably do the DFW area pretty soon, but as of right now, I'm going to focus on the tornado warnings, and then we'll get back to that soon. As of right now, only strong storms in southern DFW, nothing severe at this time. And here's your ongoing tornado warning. This got just actually kind of expanded into Beecher Island, so this is right along and just to the east of Highway 385. This is moving down to the southeast, kind of in a rural area, but that's a new warning there. Also have a special weather statement, by the way. This was a storm that was warned at one point. Seems to be a weakening storm. It's actually just a shower now, so that's irrelevant at this point. I'm going to go quickly down here, and then we'll go back up to the north. Severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing in the Oklahoma Panhandle, and as well as into far southwestern Kansas. So a couple of warnings there. Main threat being damaging winds and some large hail. That's as of right now actually all we're looking at. So we're primarily focused on the tornado warnings. We'll see if anything's ongoing in Texas, but as of right now, it seems to be pretty much a low-end threat at this current time. Yeah, there's a lot of rain in DFW. There was actually a flash flood warning there in Tarrant County. But other than that, there's been just some strong storms. Yeah, during my live streams, I can't really tell you because I just don't have that information. Like, I can't just kind of look at my radar here and say there's something, like there's an issue. But yeah, I mean, I can't really tell you. I really can't because I don't have that sort of data with this. Usually you have that sort of data when you're an actual pilot, though. METAR data and whatnot. But, yeah, that's kind of what I can answer for you. Let me put actually a track on this storm here. Put a track on both of these. They're moving about 35 miles per hour. Let me go and put a track on this. Get an idea of where these tornado warning storms are actually heading right now. Give you an idea of where they're heading as of right now and when they'll get to your location. I'll put about 35 miles per hour. So basically St. Francis, excuse me, right around 912. Bird City, 936. Goodland, 944. McDonald, 946. Brewster, right around 1007. And Colby, right around 1031 is the timing on that area of the storms. Again, the tornado warning cells there. Yeah, I know, Jamtree, but it's like, it's not like, it's not that great. I mean, it tells you, but it's not going to give you, like, I don't think it gives you echo tops or anything. Yeah, it doesn't give you, like, most of the information that you really need. I don't think, at least, unless this does it. But even then, this is not the best data to use for aviation. Yeah, it tells you the altimeter setting or whatnot, but that's about it. It doesn't actually tell you, like, the cloud heights and whatnot, I don't think. Yeah, METARs are for, yeah, I know. That's what we're kind of talking about, like the pilot stuff. METARs are for, you know, aviation and whatnot, as well as PIREPs and whatnot. All that is for aviation. And for those that are just tuning in, there was actually a confirmed tornado. It was brief, but it was at 8:15 approximately in western Ray. So 3 miles west of Ray, there was actually a confirmed rope funnel that did touch the ground briefly. Again, there was no confirmation of damage at this point, but there was actually a confirmed tornado there. Let me actually check Twitter. I haven't looked at Twitter at all today. Let me see if there was actually anything that was in terms of, if I can see if there's actually any damage real quick. I can't really show it on stream, but see if there was anything there. I know Ray had a tornado back in 2016, but a while ago. And so far what I'm seeing is, oh, nothing. I see a lot of like the May 12th stuff, but nothing recent. So as of right now, there was a brief tornado. That's all we know. We don't know if there was actually like damage or whatnot. So we'll definitely make sure, if we do hear anything, we'll definitely make sure to keep you updated. Again, these are the tornado warnings ongoing. Here's a track, the timing on the left side of your screen for anybody in Nebraska, basically. That's where you're looking right there on the left side of your screen for timing. With this line of storms, again, it's heading down to the southeast as of right now. If you're just tuning in, I would appreciate if you hit that red button down below and subscribe. It really helps our page out a lot. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button as well. We're only 18 likes away from 250. Would appreciate if you hit the like button as well. Helps our page out a lot. Yes, you're correct. It is on the border of Nebraska and as well as Colorado. All right, thank you, Lether, as well as John, for subscribing. I appreciate it. We got actually a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. This is a new warning. So damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and as well as up to $half size hail will exist. Again, for anybody in far southwestern Nebraska, as well as northwestern Kansas and far eastern Colorado for Burlington. So just keep that in mind. A new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued. Again, that is going to be potential for damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and $half size hail. So that's a new warning there. Sure that you are aware of that. So that'll be moving down to the southeast. Let me go back to the velocities. I don't know if anything's changed since I last looked. We'll take a look. If there's any sort of rotation that we can see here. This tornado warning is going to expire and it's not going to be extended. I know that for a fact. This warning here does not seem to have a whole lot. I see a little bit here. I also see a little bit back here. I'm going to kind of put a couple circles here. Just to see what we're looking at in terms of where the rotation is. So the only area of rotation right now is here, and it looks to be fairly broad. So as of right now, I don't see why there would be a new tornado warning, but definitely can't rule it out. These storms should probably be weakening here over the next few hours anyways, but definitely damaging winds being the main threat as these move off to the east. That's without a doubt. Tornado threat seems to be fairly low as these move off to the east as well. See you later, Tara. Appreciate you tuning in. Yes, Inga, this is Colorado for right now. Yeah, I'll be covering some stuff in Texas if anything develops. Florida as well. If there's any Florida tornado warnings, I will cover that as well. Not going to really cover much of Florida, though, I don't think, tonight. I think most of any tornado threat tonight will be after, like, 10 or 11. So that's kind of what we're looking at as right now. Yeah, if you have any questions, anything like that, make sure to let me know in chat. Again, I'll be kind of going over all the weather ongoing tonight. I'm not just doing one area, kind of doing everything right now. Yeah, in southern Florida, nothing in terms of warnings there. Again, I'll go back to that if there's any sort of tornado warnings, but as of right now, seems to be fine. So, good news. No, we don't need fighting in the chat. This is a very friendly place. We should not be, I don't know what you guys are even arguing about, but let's keep it clean. I would appreciate it. Thank you, Pops, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you so much. Might be a little intermission snack, by the way, because I'm starving. I did not have dinner yet. So I do apologize, but I have to eat something. This tornado wind, by the way, is going to expire in 2 minutes. Go back to the velocities and see if anything's ongoing with that. As of right now, just very strong winds. I don't see much in terms of rotation. So these will expire in a couple minutes. There's also a wind gust of 58 miles per hour north of Vernon, by the way, so that's a new update there. Just newly reported. Yeah, there was a tornado reported just to the west of Ray. There was also half-inch size hail reported in Eckley about half an hour ago. So new report there. And yeah, that's what we're looking at in terms of reports as of right now. So tornado warning ongoing for another minute. And then it will expire here in a second. So that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. Again, if you have any questions, anything like that, make sure to let me know. We're only 10 likes away from 250. So if you haven't hit the like button yet, I would appreciate it. Really helps the page out a lot. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of thunder and lightning with these storms. That is without a doubt. And it's actually new warnings back down here in basically western Kansas here. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as some dime-sized hail possible near Tribune, as well as west of Scott City, right along 95 or 96, excuse me. So new severe thunderstorm warning there. Also one for Syracuse and north of Johnson. Same threats go there, so damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour being the main threat. Let me go back down to the radar site down here. Where is the radar site? I find it very hard to find radar sites down here. I usually don't do radars, or usually don't do live streams down here, but I legit cannot find a radar site. Is the closest one Amarillo? Is that really it? Or am I just completely off? One in Dodge City. There might not actually be any in this area. But there's now a new warning, by the way, for those, or it's not, actually, this is a new warning. So, new warning for those in Texoma, basically anywhere just off into the western panhandle, again, of Oklahoma. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour will be possible there. There's also a warning to the north of that near Elkhart, as well as Richfield, Wilburton, Elevator. Those areas all included for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as some penny to maybe dime-sized hail. That's kind of your range at this point. 2 tornado warnings just expired. Let me go ahead and change it over to the regular screen here. There we go. And let's go back down to the south real quick. We actually got a storm near Midland right now that is currently severe thunderstorm warned. Damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour, and as well as $half sized hail possible with this storm. And that is actually going to be going toward Midland. So those in Midland as well as Stanton, make sure you're aware of this storm, are going toward Interstate 20. And real quick, the DFW, I know a lot of you guys are kind of wondering about these storms. These are all just going to be strong storms, nothing severe at this point. And you can see they're all moving down to the south at this point. So nothing really going off to the east at this point. Maybe some rain, but that'd be about it. Waco's about to get some strong storms, but that's about it. No severe weather, again, is expected with those specific storms. Let's go back to the Midland storm. And we'll be watching this again pretty closely. Again, for those in Midland, there's a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing there. Just to the, basically just up to the northeast of you, but you might get a warning there too soon. So can I read your comment? I did read your comment. I don't see any comments from earlier, though. Garrison, no. None of this is really going toward North Texas. Might be an isolated storm later tonight, but other than that, that'd be right along the Red River, though. Hey, Silva, how you doing? Welcome back. Have a good night, Christian. Appreciate you tuning in. Go up. I don't see a single message from earlier. Yeah. Again, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're only 9 subscribers now away from 4,050. It's not much of a milestone, but would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. Having some Ritz cheese crackers, by the way. I didn't even notice this, but there's actually a significant severe thunderstorm warning right now near Kermit and Wink. This is near the Winkler Airport. So this is actually damaging winds upwards of 70 miles per hour. And there's now a tornado warning on this cell. So near Kermit. I have got to change my title. All right. So this is for Wink, and as well as just south and southwest of Kermit, we have a new tornado warning. Again, that does include Wink. And this is actually looks to be a pretty prominent supercell here. Let's go to the velocities. And as of right now, there's some strong rotation. Again, there's a bit of an inflow going into the storm here. So you can see, again, your strong rotation here just to the southwest of Kermit. And not just that, but there's also damaging winds up to 60 or 70 miles per hour, and as well as baseball-sized hail possible with this storm. Again, this is now a new tornado-warned storm near Kermit. So this is off to the west of Midland. So just keep that in mind. So again, new tornado warning, baseball sized hail, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour will be possible with this storm. So keep that in mind. Yeah, bro, it depends on where you are. It depends on, you know, if you're in, depends on where you are. The time that I'm on, though, is Central Time. No, 876. By the way, thank you, Lotto, by the way, for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your compliment. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Very generous donation. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, this storm is actually rotating. So yeah, this is a rotating supercell. It already showed beforehand. So yeah, this is an ongoing tornado warning. This just got issued again just to the southwest of Kermit, going toward Wink. So again, going toward 302 right now. Again, you can very well see where the rotation is, the inflow going into the storm. And here's your hook. It would be a rain-wrapped tornado. So we're not looking at a situation where you probably can see this. It will be rain-wrapped if there is a tornado. So yeah, make sure you're seeking shelter. This is just to the southwest of Kermit. Really anywhere west and southwest of Kermit. And by the way, Wink is in the track of this tornado warned storm. So keep that in mind. Again, baseball-sized hail and damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour will be possible with this storm. And this storm is heading down to the southeast as of right now. It'll eventually go toward Wicket, so keep that in mind. As well as Mana Hans. Hopefully I'm saying the name right, probably not, but I'll also be going toward that area as well. So just keep that in mind. Again, this is a tornado warned storm just to the west and southwest of Kermit. Let's see, what is the radar update? So about 3 minutes ago, the latest radar update came in. So again, rotation is still there. It's as of right now, it's still, I would say, moderate right now. It definitely will be probably strengthened here over the next several scans. Again, winds going away from the radar, winds going toward the radar. Here's where that rotation is as of right now. Tornado could be possible with this storm at any time. And again, there's a severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, for Midland. So that will also have a potential for damaging winds and maybe some $half sized hail. And again, here's a look at that supercell right now going down to the southeast. Tornado warned storm. Again, baseball sized hail, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. And as well as a possibility for a tornado heading toward Wink as of right now. All right, thank you, Bra, and as well as Kay for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, again, if you're in Wink or southwest of Kermit, you should be seeking shelter immediately. This is a very dangerous supercell right now heading down to the southeast. The rotation is not necessarily tight, but it is very strong in terms of winds. So if it does end up developing into a tornado, it very well could pose a possibility for even maybe a strong tornado. So definitely make sure you're keeping that in mind. Seek shelter immediately. And we'll get our next radar update, it looks like, in about 20 seconds or less. So I'll have that here in just a moment. Live in Colorado. I don't think much is going on in Colorado anymore. I think it's just severe weather now. It's not any tornado warnings. There was obviously several tornado warnings earlier. Yeah, no tornado warnings up in Colorado now. This is actually only one. I appreciate that, Wilson. So, new update with the radar, by the way. I do apologize. I actually have to eat. I've not eaten in like 5 hours, but this will look at what the rotation is as of right now. Again, very strong winds going away from the radar and toward the radar. Latest radar update showing a little bit tighter here, so definitely make sure you're keeping that in mind. This is, again, a storm in development. Again, you should be seeking shelter immediately away from windows. This is going, again, toward Wink and southwest of Kermit. Again, this is west of Midland, so it's kind of like the western Texas area as of right now. So, again, it's not North Texas. This is in kind of like the western Texas region right now. If you're just tuning in, I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, again, make sure to leave them in chat. We'll be keeping you updated with the latest on this tornado warning. It's not just that. It's also the potential for baseball-sized hail and damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour. Again, this is a very dangerous supercell, and you can very well see, here's your hook, here's your inflow going into the storm, and again, if there's going to be a tornado, it'll be located right about there. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, a very prominent hail core here, so definitely keep that in mind. Again, west of Kermit, going toward Wink right now. Very dangerous supercell right now heading down to the southeast. Again, if it does become a tornado, it very well could pose a strong tornado threat in that regard, so keep that in mind. A very dangerous cell, again, heading down to the southeast. Going right now toward Wink. Let me go back to the velocities. And I'm going to do a correlation coefficient real quick. I don't think it's not going to show anything. since it's not really a tight rotation yet, but it very well could become tight here pretty shortly. Again, tornado warning for Wink. Very dangerous supercell. The supercell is heading down to the southeast. It'll eventually go toward, I believe, Wicket. So yeah, Wicket will be in the path of this. And again, just going toward Wink as of right now, but Wicket will be the next place in the track of it, right along Interstate 20. Yeah, Interstate 20. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, look at the supercell on reflectivity. It is a very dangerous looking supercell. Again, that's going toward Wink right now. Just to the west of Kermit right now. And we should get our next radar scan is, I believe, just came in, or it is coming in here in a second. 51, it's 8:54. Our next radar scan should be coming in any second, though. Thank you, Stormwatcher, as well as Barbie, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Welcome, guys. Yeah, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. I'll be watching the storm very closely for you, as well as any other supercells ongoing. This is the main one. Again, it's producing damaging winds upwards of 70 miles per hour, and as well as up to baseball-sized hail. It is a very dangerous supercell right now. Winds are actually around 70 miles per hour estimated by radar, which might even be an underestimate. So, very strong damaging winds, and obviously is rotating right now. The upper levels, it looks to be a lot tighter, so there actually might be a funnel cloud with this. But again, that was a few minutes ago. Next radar update is, it looks like, coming in, so we should get that in a second. Yeah, this is going right toward Wink right now. Wink is literally in the path of this. There's no other warnings. And let's see. Radar update is, should be, it looks like it's coming in now. Oh, not yet, maybe. Seems like the Midland radar is only updating every about 4 minutes or so. Look at the reflectivity again. It's a very dangerous supercell inflow going into the storm. And again, hook echo is basically, or it's a pretty prominent hook at this point. And yeah, if there's a tornado to be located right about there, it should get our next radar update here any moment. And this is 8:51. In terms of the radar update, we should be getting our next one here any moment. Is there a funnel? There might be. By radar, it looked like there probably is one. So there might actually be a funnel cloud with this. Upper levels were rotating a bit stronger, so. Sign, this is not going toward Austin, no. Austin will not see the storm. I might, Wilson. I might. I probably will have to, actually. Again, this storm is also producing damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as baseball-sized hail, so there is basically 3 threats with this storm. Here's the latest radar update, and the velocities here still showing to be a little bit broad. I mean, it's still moderate rotation. Again, if there's enough inflow into the storm, enough spin up in the atmosphere, enough wind shear, we might be able to see this develop. As of right now, the rotation is still there, though. Winds are still around 70 miles per hour, so if there were to be a tornado, we could potentially see a strong one. Again, it's going toward Wink as of right now, and I'll eventually be going toward Wicket. And yeah, that's kind of the track as of right now. Again, this is going to be a pretty, it's not moving that quick. The storm is only moving, I believe, about 20 miles per hour, maybe 25. That's kind of the speed of right now. So it is not moving fast. So let me get a confirmation on that number, though. It says 24. So yeah, about 20, 25 miles per hour. So it's not moving overly fast, but it is going toward Wink. And again, hail is up to the size of baseballs right now with this storm. It was a very pronounced supercell a moment ago. It looks to be slightly weaker on the last scan. We'll definitely be watching this very closely. Again, if you're just tuning in, I would appreciate if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, we do live streams like this all the time for all of the Southern Plains. So you will not miss anything if you do subscribe. And we'll keep you updated with the latest on this storm. And again, the rotation seems to be moderate as of right now. So it's not tight, it's not strong, it is not confirmed tornado by any means, but it is definitely a possibility that we see a tornado with this at some point within the next several minutes. And it's also producing damaging winds, again, up to 70 miles per hour and baseball-sized hail. Very dangerous storm, again, hanging down to the southeast. Yeah, it's not going toward Austin, sign. I got you, Donovan. Yeah, it's going in your direction, but as of right now, I wouldn't be that concerned yet. I'd be more concerned about the damaging winds and obviously the baseball-sized hail threat. But as of right now, again, with the atmosphere we have today, we're not looking at long-track tornadoes. we're just looking at possibly like a really brief tornado at this point. That's kind of my main concern with any tornado development today. That's what we've seen, obviously, in Colorado. It's going to be basically the same down here in Texas as well. So that's what we've seen so far. I do apologize, guys. If you see that message, just ignore it. Thank you, by the way, Smith, and as well as Rob, for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Welcome. All right, here's an update on the tornado warning. So it just got shrunk down a smidge for those that were kind of off to the northwest of Kermit. So again, it's going right along 302 right now. It's heading down to the south toward 115. Again, Wink is basically in the dead center of this tornado warning. So those in Wink, make sure you're in shelter right now. Again, baseball-sized hail and damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour will still be threats with the storm. So just keep that in mind. It's on everybody's live stream, Virginia. The only way I could really prevent it is if I put it on members only chat, but I don't really want to do that. I don't want to do that at all because it just doesn't, it's not fair. I want to make sure you guys ask questions and whatnot. Yeah, Matthew, the storms that are south of Dallas are weakening, yes. All right, let me go back to the velocities. We should be getting a next radar update here in about 30 seconds, I would assume. Like it's coming in right now, so we should get here in a short moment, see if anything's changed. I can't really give you a chance of a tornado, but again, you should just be in shelter regardless. Chances are not really something that I should be estimating with a tornado warning. It's just not professional. Also something that I don't think is really going to help anybody if I just put a chance on it. All right, we're getting next radar update, it looks like, shortly. Here in a second. Again, the latest radar update was 856, so this is at 856. Again, the rotation still on the moderate side, but it should get the next radar update here in a moment, which should give us a little bit of an idea if it's still strengthening, if it's a tornado, like if it's a possible radar indicated tornado, or if it's weakening. So we should get that idea here in a moment. All right, here's a look at the latest radar scan. Still showing some moderate to maybe on the higher broad side at this point. So it's definitely there still. Definitely no confirmation of a tornado. It's not tight enough to actually have a tornado right now, but it definitely could still develop. Again, the strongest wind still remaining up here. Let's go back to the reflectivity. Gets you a little bit better of an idea of what we're looking at. So as of right now, obviously you got your massive hail core here. Before there's a much stronger inflow. As of right now, I'm not seeing anywhere where I would imagine there's actually an inflow going into the storm, which should help to limit the overall tornado threat with this storm. But there's definitely baseball-sized hail still ongoing with this storm, and as well as damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. And again, this is all west of Kermit and just to the northwest of Wink. This is, again, going down to the southeast. So it will be going toward, again, Wink, eventually toward Wicket as well. So those areas are in the path, again, of this tornado warning. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing, though, for Midland as well. Again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, as well as $half sized hail be possible with that storm. So we're watching two storms individually. Again, this is the most dangerous of the two, producing, again, a significant threat, potentially destructive to vehicles as well in the area. Again, right along 302 and going toward Wink as of right now. Sign, I don't expect any strong tornadoes tonight. Yeah, it's 9:01 actually Central Time. So yeah, the sunset, obviously, it's going to be very difficult to see anything. So yeah, definitely don't try to take pictures or anything like of this. It's definitely not safe to do that. So don't do that at all. I know many of you guys that are watching right now are not subscribed. I would appreciate if you hit that red button down below and subscribe. Again, we'll be keeping updated with the latest on this supercell and many more throughout the evening. And again, we do this very often. We do literally live stream. I think I've done like 6 or 7 live streams this week. So we do watch these very closely. Yeah, Matt, I know. A lot of people say that. I will have to get mods at some point, but we'll see when that happens. Wilson, I will. I've been doing watching the tropics episode. I am going to be covering the tropical storm and any tornado warnings in Florida as well. That's not my priority, but it will be if there's anything else, if there's not much else going on in Texas. So I will definitely watch that very closely as well. Hey Kevin, how you doing? Nice, nice. From Canada? Wait, what's CA? Isn't that Canada? Colorado's CO, isn't it? Yeah, if you haven't already liked the live stream, I would appreciate if you hit the like button. We're only 16 likes away from 300. In DFW, Matt. You're right, Virginia. I'm just saying I don't really like know when I'll do that. All right, back to the velocities as of right now. We're getting a next radar update here in about 30 to 45 seconds. So once we get that, we should have more information if this is still strengthening, weakening, where it's at that point. Again, we'll have that in a few seconds. Again, this is heading toward wink as of right now. So, Lotto, there is a marginal threat for severe weather tomorrow in the Oklahoma area, right along the Red River of Texas as well, and as well as Kansas. So those areas we'll be watching as well tomorrow. I won't have any live streams though until at least 4 o'clock tomorrow. So if there's any severe weather before that, I definitely won't be live. When do you expect these storms to die down? The storms will probably start to weaken over the next, probably right around 11 o'clock is when I expect them to kind of really start to weaken. They will be weakening though over the next hour or two. All right, next radar update seems to be coming in right now. About every 4 minutes, I think. Radar scan. Yeah, Florida is the area that I'll be watching. Again, I will go live if there's any tornado warnings in Florida tomorrow. Anytime after like, I don't know, 11 o'clock or so, or 10 o'clock. Bro, what is up with these bots? I am literally going to... Oh, man. Okay, I gotta figure out a way to stop this. All right, new radar update, by the way. I'll go over this and I'll try to figure that out in a second. But this is a, basically the hail core is actually a bit larger than before, northwest of Wink. Yeah, it's heading down to the southeast. Hail up to the size of baseballs, and even possibly up to tennis balls will be possible again as this heads down to the southeast. So keep that in mind. That's heading down to the southeast as of right now. And see if I can go to the velocities here. And as of right now, the velocities are not updated. Now they are. Again, rotation seems to be a little bit broad right now. It definitely could strengthen again, but the inflow kind of got cut off to this storm, which is kind of weakening its overall chances of actually having a tornado threat. But there's definitely baseball-sized hail, and again, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour will still be possible with this storm, so keep that in mind. Yeah, it's heading down to the southeast. Again, we'll keep you updated with the latest on this storm in terms of if there will be a tornado threat or whatnot. I'm fixing this issue right now. Hopefully, it should hopefully fix it for at least tonight, maybe longer. Who knows? All right. Hopefully that should fix it. Hopefully, hoping for it. All right, turn that on. So maybe it'll work. I don't know. All right, back to the radar and whatnot. I do apologize again for those that are seeing these bot messages. They're in literally every live stream, so it's not really something I can control. Thank you, by the way, Tabs, as well as Bob and Carol for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. Welcome. And everybody else that subscribed tonight, I really do appreciate it. And if you have not already, make sure to hit that red button down below. Again, we do forecasts and live streams all across the Southern Plains, and as well as we're tracking the tropics. So, again, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join our community. Get access to chatting and asking questions. Again, I'm a very interactive stream here, so we do live streams like this literally almost every day right now. So, I'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I know the bots are really annoying. I don't think really anybody ever really pays attention to it, but I can't control it. It's on literally every YouTube channel nowadays. So those for those that are just joining us, again, there's baseball-sized hail ongoing in this area of the storm. Again, any of those black shaded regions there representing potentially baseball, even maybe up to tennis ball-sized hail. Again, that's going toward Wink as of right now. There is still some broad rotation with this storm. Again, this is heading down toward Wink right now. It'll eventually go toward Wicket and basically Interstate 20. That's kind of the direction as of right now. It's going to stay to the southwest and west of Kermit. Kermit might see some rain and maybe even a little bit of large hail, but as of right now, the main severity of this is going down to the southeast, so it'll probably just stay down to the south of Kermit. Again, next radar update will come in about a minute, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, so the tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico is expected to probably become Tropical Storm Alex at some point. And it's going to bring rainfall totals upwards of 10 to 12 inches in some areas, and as well as the potential for basically gusty winds upwards of like 60 miles per hour or so. That's kind of the expectation at this point. It's not going to become a hurricane though. So sign it's not going. I don't think it's not going that direction. Angel, no. Tornado threat in Kansas is basically zero, unless you're on like the very far western part of Kansas. Other than that, not much of any tornado threat tonight. So, not expecting a tornado threat there. By the way, I do appreciate everybody liking the live stream. We're up to 300 likes. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. And as of right now, by the way, for those that might be trying to tune in right now from Florida, I'm not seeing any sort of storms rotating down there. So, so far, we're not seeing anything there. Again, I'll keep you updated with the latest if there's any tornado warnings there as well. Next radar update, by the way, is coming in, so I'll bet in a second. Yeah, Garrison, Corsican, I don't know if you'll see much in terms of rain, but you might see like a half an inch, possibly. I don't think the storm's really going in your direction, though. Again, the rotation's still broad. This is the latest radar update as of 9:08 p.m. or 9:09 actually. Again, this is just southwest of Kermit, down south of 302. Again, going toward Wink. Rotation's a bit broader now. It was much stronger a few moments ago, but now it's starting to weaken a bit. Again, the one threat that's not weakening with this at all is definitely the damaging wind threat, and as well as the golf ball, potentially up to baseball-sized hail. It's a pretty large range, but again, the large hail threat is definitely large with this. And if you're in Wink, again, if you know somebody in Wink, make sure they're aware of this storm. Again, it's about to hit them really right about now, so might be too late to tell them, but make sure they're aware of the storm. Again, there's a tornado warning. Tornado threat right now seems to be on the lower end with the storm now. But there is definitely a large hail threat with this and damaging winds, so keep that in mind. Again, make sure to stay updated with us. Again, we'll keep you updated with the latest here on YouTube. So, no problem, Angel. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, there was a lot of rain in DFW. I think there was upwards of 4 or 5 inches in Tarrant County, so there was a lot of rain. Wilson, it's expected to make landfall around lunchtime tomorrow in near Fort Myers or Cape Coral, that kind of area there. That'll make landfall. Brian, they're currently being updated about every 4 to 4.5 minutes for this specific radar site. I don't think there's any other site nearby that would actually give us this weather information. Let me check real quick. Yeah, there's nothing nearby. This is basically the only one. I'm using the Midland radar site. It's gonna be the most accurate anyways, so we'll keep it updated with this one. Hey, Buckets, how you doing? Welcome. How are you doing? Welcome on in. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, by the way, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's the red button down below. It's free to do. Only 13 subs away from 4,100. We already hit 4,000 today. Might be going on to another milestone. If you want to support our page above and beyond, by the way, you can become a member here on our page for only $2.99 per month or upwards, and you can support our page. Again, this is run basically all the time. We do live streams like this literally almost every day. So I would appreciate if you do become a member if you want to support our page above and beyond. The link is at the top of the description. It's the first link, and you get exclusive benefits like an exclusive chat badge and on comments as well. You get exclusive emojis and as well as exclusive forecasts. So if you want to become a member, you can do that with clicking the link actually pinned at the top of this chat and as well as in the description, the first link. All right, here's the latest on this severe thunderstorm warning. By the way, we got a new one that was just issued for Kermit, Wink, Thorntonville, as well as Wicket, Roy, Heard Memorial Airport, as well as Sandhills State Park and Winkler County Airport. So this is a new severe thunderstorm warning. Again, the main threat with this storm will be damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour, as well as golf ball sized hail. That is a new severe thunderstorm warning outside of the current tornado warning. So just keep that in mind. Again, this is an ongoing threat. Tornado warning is still ongoing. It might get canceled, possibly, but as of right now, we're still seeing a tornado warning right now for those in Wink and basically right along and west of 18, as well as anywhere right along 115 and just to the south of 302. Is included in that tornado warning. Again, the severe thunderstorm warning just got issued for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, as well as golf ball sized hail. Buckets, I have never even watched him before, so I have no clue. I don't even know what he does, to be honest. I know he does weather, but I don't know what he does in terms of collabs or whatever. I kind of like to do my own thing, so I don't know if I would. Welcome back, Flower, by the way. How you doing? Welcome back. Thank you, Brian, by the way, for becoming a Stormy subscriber. I appreciate it. Welcome on into our members. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Enjoy the benefits, enjoy the emojis, and enjoy the chat badge. I appreciate you becoming a subscriber. North of Midland? Yeah, the north of Midland right now actually strengthened. It's up to now ping pong ball size hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. So that's near Midland. For some reason, this is not rendering in, but that's a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. Or that's been ongoing, but that is main threat being ping pong ball size hail there. It's hailing in Monahans. Am I saying the name right, by the way? Monahans? Is that right? But yeah, that area is definitely seeing some hail right now. I don't know how large it is, but storm seems to be strengthening a bit there. It might be up to quarter size, potentially a little bit larger than that. Here's a look at the latest radar update. Again, a very large hail core right now in Wink. Again, tornado warning is still ongoing. It's actually going to expire in 1 minute, so I would expect that this is just going to expire. I don't see the rotation really as of right now with this storm. There's a little bit of rotation up here southwest of Kermit, but at this point does not seem to be enough to probably reiterate a tornado warning. We'll see. If you know what the hail is, Scratcher, definitely let me know in chat. If you know if you kind of got the estimate on the hail size. You're sitting eating goldfish? That's a good mood. Oh my god, dude. How did I not get rid of this? This is so annoying. Dude, they're targeting my stream. Like, really. I appreciate it, Brian. Thank you again for becoming a member on our channel. Appreciate it. Again, if you see any of these bots in chat, just block them, whatever you gotta do. I cannot control this at all. It is literally impossible. Like, literally, they just have like 1 million accounts and they just keep coming into live streams like this. At least this broadcast doesn't have any bells and whistles and flashing lights. What? What? Does a live stream have that? I don't even know what that means. All right, so the tornado warning just expired, so good news. But we still have an ongoing severe weather threat with this storm. Again, up to golf ball sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour will still be possible with this storm. Again, it's heading down to the southeast going toward Wicket. And there's obviously a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for those near Midland. So again, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, I'm going to keep you updated with the latest on these severe thunderstorm warnings. And again, this is the most dangerous storm of them all. It might even be as high as hen egg sized hail near Wink. Not entirely sure though. And the warning right now is for golf ball sized hail. So just keep that in mind. I would appreciate if you hit that red button down below and hit the subscribe button. And I believe we're only a couple of subscribers. We're only 6 subscribers away from 4,100. So if you want to support our page above and beyond, I would appreciate if you become a subscriber. Oh, Ryan Hall has that on his YouTube broadcast? Really? I don't do any of the pyrotechnic. Like, the only thing I do is change over to my transition to like the tornado warning being at like top of the screen. I don't do anything crazy. Yeah, I don't do any of those crazy effects. I didn't even know he did that though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never watched Ryan Hall, so I have no clue what he does. I really don't. And I know a lot of you guys mention him. I just don't watch other people. I really don't. Only thing I'll watch is like not weather related. It's usually not weather related at all. I don't really watch YouTubers for the most part. We have a new tornado warning, by the way. Or do we? Or is this old? Oh wait, never mind. It just didn't update it. Never mind. False alarm. I was looking at radar scope and it didn't update. By the way, thank you, Hunter, Dustin, Felipe, I'm so bad pronouncing names, Scratcher, as well as Shaq for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Welcome. Thank you. You should get Twitch. I do have Twitch, but I don't plan on streaming to Twitch. I stream to YouTube and Facebook typically. I'm only streaming though right now on YouTube. So yeah, definitely a very large hail core right now going through Wink. And again, for those that are near Midland, obviously we have that severe thunderstorm warning ongoing near Stanton and just off to the north of Midland. Again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as ping pong ball sized hail exists with this storm. Greenwood, as well as Courtney and the Stanton Airport are also included in that severe thunderstorm warning. And I believe that's it in terms of warnings right now. We actually had another tornado confirmed near Ray, by the way, from earlier. Or was that the same one? Never mind, that was the same one. Okay, I do apologize. Also a special weather statement by Waco, by the way. That's for 50 mile per hour winds. So, a couple of new warnings out there, and as well as a couple of special weather statements. Yeah, Matt, that's just gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour. That's about it. So no concern there. I got you, Virginia. I don't have any clue about Ryan Hall. I really don't. I've never watched him before. I just know he's one of the bigger YouTubers in terms of weather. path near Midland. Yeah, I'll show that right after I take a quick break. I'm going to be back in about 30 seconds, so just stay tuned. I'll be right back. A quick page. If not already, make sure to hit that red subscribe button down below. It'll give you your latest forecasts and live streams here on our YouTube channel. Also, make sure to hit that little bell icon to the right and click all so you get notified on when those live streams and videos come out. And if you'd like to support our page above and beyond, click the first link in the description. It'll redirect you to a membership page. For as little as $2.99 per month, you can become a member on our YouTube channel, which includes exclusive forecasts, and as well as a chat badge in both the live streams and comment section, and some emojis to go along with it, which you can use in live streams and as well as in our comment section. I'll also give you a shout out here on stream. We'll be back in about 15 to 20 seconds. All right, I am back. I do apologize. I have not used the bathroom in this entire 4-hour stream, or it's been 3 hours, but I do appreciate everybody staying tuned. Again, I'm going to go and show the tracks of these storms. I know somebody just asked a second ago. I'll get the one on this one near Midland, and we'll also go back to the other one back off to the west here in a moment. So let me go and put a track on this one. And give you an idea of when this storm will arrive to your location. It might be a little bit quick, honestly. I kind of moved that a little far in front of it. But here's a look at the track. So basically, Stanton, 919, Midland, 931. That's your timing on this storm. So kind of we're looking at this point in terms of the timing. Not really much else in the path of this, actually. Let me try to widen this a little bit. And that is going toward, let's see, 23 miles per hour. I'm going to put 25, and I'm going to make it a little bit more pronounced here. Yeah, those are the only areas. So Midland, again, about 9:30, 9:35. That's kind of your time frame at this point for the storm. Maybe 9:40. This storm over here near Wink. Let me go and put a time track on this one as well. This is moving southeast. It's going to collide with a bunch of storms back down to the south as well. So timing is going to probably be a little bit off, but it's going about 15 miles per hour. I'm going to put 18. I'm actually going to put about 19. So timing on this one at the bottom left of your screen. So Wicket right around 9:26. Thorntonville 9:35, and as well as Monahans right around 9:38, as well as Grand Falls 10:22. That's your timing on that storm moving down to the southeast. So that's kind of your timing at this point. Again, a severe thunderstorm watch actually just got extended into San Angelo, Alpine, Fort Stockton, Big Lake, Ozana, Crane, Sanderson. Those areas all now included in a severe thunderstorm watch that will be ongoing until we get a time. Let me just remove everything that's on here right now. Until 3 a.m. So this actually made a long severe thunderstorm watch. So until 3 a.m. tonight. So that's the timing right now for that. And again, a bunch of storms, but a new severe thunderstorm watch was just issued again for San Angelo, basically all of southwestern, the hill country there. I appreciate you tuning in, Wilson. Appreciate it. Timmer dropped him? Really? What do you mean by that? Yeah, I lengthened my time when I go away. Yeah, I lengthened the little... Actually, I'm kind of surprised. I did not really lose many viewers during that. You know, I usually, when I take a quick break, I'll lose a bunch of viewers. Not like a bunch. Like, usually I'll lose like 30% or so. That one, I only lost, I think, like 15 viewers out of like 250, which is actually pretty good. Not that it matters that much. It just, you know, it makes it so you guys don't get bored when I leave. By the way, thank you, Dennis, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Hey, Steven, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. 9:22. What time is this radar update? 9:17? It's actually a little bit old. Get an next radar update here in a second. I'm going to refresh the radar real quick, just so I'm not, hopefully not delayed. Yeah, just south of Kermit right now. The storms are kind of down to your south right now, so. Radar is not updating for some reason. There we go. Yeah, so the storms are staying down to the south of Kermit right now, so no concern otherwise. Hey, here, Brian, how you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, Zamurai, it's 50 mile per hour gusty winds, not too much of a concern. Cosmic, for the most part, just some rain. Nothing much else than that. No severe weather is expected there. Again, those near Midland are currently an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning there near Stanton, as well as Midland. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and ping pong ball size hail possible with that storm. Again, that is heading down to the south, and Interstate 20 is in the path of that. By the way, we've officially hit 4,100 subscribers. We literally just hit 4,000 early in this live stream. I appreciate everybody's support. Again, if you haven't already, would appreciate if you hit that red button down below and hit the subscribe button. It really helps our page out a lot. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We're only 8 likes away, by the way, 350, so. I appreciate Cody. Yeah, I do a lot of live streams. I really do recommend that, you know, even if you don't like this, or even if you don't live in the Southern Plains, it's always nice to watch my live streams. And again, I do a lot of live streams and stuff like that, so pretty often that I'll do these. Again, I'll probably have one tomorrow. Probably. I say probably because I don't know 100% sure, but I'll probably have a live stream tomorrow at some point on both Oklahoma severe weather and as well as possibly Florida's tornado threat. And Sunday unknown after Saturday. It's pretty much unknown right now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate the 350 likes, by the way. Thank you, everybody that's liked the live stream. Appreciate it. All right, back to the radar again. We have a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for Stanton as well as Midland. Again, damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour and as well as ping pong ball sized hail will be possible with this storm as it moves down to the south. And again, we have a lot of other severe thunderstorm warnings actually on the map right now, primarily closer to areas like western Kansas, as well as the panhandle of Oklahoma. Also have one still in New Mexico. I'll kind of cover those as well, probably in a short moment. Let's take a quick look at Florida real quick. And the tropics, as of right now, it's kind of interesting. So I'm going to take a quick look on here on the potential tropical cyclone 1, obviously, is still ongoing. By the way, there's actually another invest, if you guys didn't know. There's actually invest 92, I believe, or 91. That's over here, south of Bermuda. 10% chance of developing. It's not going toward the United States. I thought I'd just mention it, though. Yeah, there's also another one there. But yeah, as of right now, still not a tropical storm. It's as of right now, the National Hurricane Center is still forecasting it to become a tropical storm. It doesn't have all the characteristics, but it is sustaining winds around 40 miles per hour. So it is actually technically a tropical storm, but it's not. Just a potential tropical cyclone. It depends on if it can get the tropical storm characteristics. That's kind of where we're at this point. And yeah. All right, back to the live chat. Hey, Stream Elements, actually, my bot actually deleted that comment in the chat. I appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you. If you did subscribe, I do appreciate it. I might have missed a few. I do appreciate you subscribing. Let me see what I missed. Yeah, Florida's going to see a lot of rain, especially southern Florida. Yay for me. I appreciate it, Lotto. Appreciate it. Only tonight, though. Okay, I got you. So this is the only quality severe weather live stream tonight. I got you. Okay, understandable. So the other nights, somebody else is better, but okay, it's fine. Yeah, Florida is definitely different. Florida obviously has a lot more humidity. Yeah, I probably will, Cody. Severe weather, yeah, if there's tornado warnings, I will. Again, I will not have any live streams anytime between, what's the time? In terms of Central Time, I won't have any live streams between, I gotta think about this for a second. 2, I believe. 5? No, 2 to 4. 2 to 4 Central Time, I'll have no live streams. That's kind of my blocked off window right now. By the way, thank you, Jeffrey, Marcia, Brad, as well as Kevin for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. Welcome. Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome on back. How you doing? Do you play golf? Yes. I do play golf. How'd you know? So I actually do play golf, though. Play it pretty often, actually. I used to be on the golf team in high school for like half a semester during COVID year. Laura, I just think they're joking. For those that are just tuning in, by the way, there is a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing now in the hill country for those in San Angelo and basically any of the other areas around it. Midland's also included now, but again, this goes until 3 a.m. Again, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and head size hail will be possible in this new watch. Again, that does include southwestern Texas. There's also a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing for the western portions of Texas. Amarillo surprisingly has not seen much tonight. This area was actually supposed to see a line. The line has actually stayed off to the north. As of right now, I'm going to get the latest on the radar up here. And yeah, just some showers, not much of a line anymore. The line of storms is actually up here in Kansas, which is a bit further north than what was forecasted. You can kind of see here on the radar here. Near Syracuse, actually, it was a 56 mile per hour wind gust, but near Garden City right now, pretty severe storms right now going through that area. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour possible there. The storms in the panhandle, by the way, of Oklahoma producing, again, the same threat. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. And also back up to the north, near St. Francis, also producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. So we actually have several severe thunderstorm warnings up that way. Florida, no tornado warnings, so good news so far there, but we'll obviously watch it as well pretty closely. And let's take a look at this one. So this one actually has damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail as well to the southwest of Melrose. So that's obviously a pretty severe storm there. That's moving down to the southeast, so that'll be another storm to watch. But as of right now, Amarillo and Lubbock have stayed dry tonight, which is, for the most part, dry. So far, good news. A new warning should be getting issued, by the way, for Midland here pretty shortly. Lotto, my handicap was, I'm going to say was, because I wasn't necessarily, wait, let me check. I've had an app for it. Or do I? I think I do. My handicap's about a 9. But I say it was because I had college and I didn't really play golf during college. My first year, at least. Yeah, it's a great idea. That's actually why I started getting back into golf, because of the COVID lockdown. First thing that opened up, I think, was golf courses, Texas. The watch is not extended in Austin. I don't expect the severe thunderstorm watch for Austin either. This should be getting a new warning here pretty shortly, so. Gotcha, Kevin. Yeah, I've never golfed in Arizona, but cool. I might have to go there sometime, though. Hey, thanks, Adam. Appreciate it. Again, if you have subscribed and I missed it, I do apologize. They will sometimes come up. So the one near Midland is actually down to a special weather statement. So gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour and nickel-sized hail. Again, that will include Stanton, Midland, Lomax, Courtney, Elbow, Stanton Airport, Strawberry, as well as the Big Spring McMahon Wrinkle Air Park. That's a long name. So those areas included in that special weather statement. So just keep that in mind. Only severe thunderstorm warning down in southwestern Texas as of right now is basically near Wink. It's going toward Mahans. And this is, again, pretty. They actually had a 66 mile per hour gust earlier at 9:01, so about 30 minutes ago. Senior, that's about right. Yeah. Yeah, I have a bad slice too. Slice is probably the one thing that most golfers have. By the way, in comparison to the last live stream, does my mic sound more echoey or less echoey, or does it sound the same? I've been trying out different stuff recently. Favorite radar site or favorite radar app for Radar Futurecast? That's a good question. I mean, for free. I mean, the Weather Channel's fine. Usually, kind of what I go with typically. I mean, if I was to have like just a regular radar app, that's typically what I would use. But I can write in my diary. Okay. Wow. Thank you, B Stoll, for the $50 super chat from Carly. I appreciate you tuning in and the $50 super chat. I've never seen you in the chat before, but I do really appreciate your very kind and very generous $50 super chat. I really do appreciate that. Thanks so much. That really means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Really do appreciate it so much. As I believe ties the largest super chat I think I've ever had. Largest one before that, I believe, was the same price or same amount, $50. Do really appreciate it though. Thanks so much again. Means a lot. Any amount is really appreciative, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate you tuning in, and very generous donation. Do really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, kind of going back to the question about future raiders. I still really recommend, again, like the Weather Channel or something along those lines. I mean, they're all kind of the same. Even like AccuWeather, they're all like the same kind of model, but those are usually the best for like free. But they're not that good, but they're fine. If you want a future radar and you want me to do it, I literally always post forecasts on YouTube. So I usually am able to show you the future radar for free, and it's pretty high def. So have a good night, Adam. Appreciate you tuning in. And again, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Have a great night. I missed something. 1 second. On Twitter, I probably won't be able to show them, but I can definitely look at them. I don't usually show photos anymore because of copyright reasons. I don't really want that to, you know, kind of get in my way. I don't see any photos, Kevin. Oh wait, now I do. Never mind. By the way, you can tweet me any photos or anything like that on Twitter. Again, my Twitter handle is @official NTXWC. The link is down in the description as well. I'm also on Facebook. If you have any photos or anything like that, you want to message me. That is a very cool photo, Kevin. That's in Connecticut. That's pretty impressive. Those are amazing photos. I love these photos. I'm actually going to save them to my desktop. These are actually very cool. I do appreciate you sending those in. They are very, very cool. We appreciate it. All right. No problem, Kevin. No problem at all. There's, again, donating and whatnot is completely optional. It's not required by any means, just to support me again. But yeah, if you can't afford it, there's no reason that you should try to, you know, donate. No reason at all. Yeah, again, still, I really do appreciate your $50 super chat. Really do appreciate that. Oh yeah, senior. Yes, it will. College is just so cheap nowadays. Sarcasm intended. I appreciate that, Emily. Appreciate that. When will Princeton, Texas get hit by a tornado? You're not going to see a tornado today. You're not going to see one today. Again, tornado threat's going to be pretty low tonight. It's going to be lowering again over the next several hours. It's basically going to be 0 by the end of tonight. But yeah. We're going to go up here real quick to southwestern Kansas. I haven't really been covering the other storms. I'll go back to Texas here in a second. But there's an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning for those in Garden City, Johnson, and just east of, again, Syracuse. And this is actually a pretty prominent storm, by the way. Damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour and some nickel-sized hail. Again, that's going off to the east. And I believe there's a pretty good track of it. So track kind of for you if you're in this area. Holcomb right around 9:41. Garden City 9:52. Copeland right around 10:32. Ingalls right around 10:32. Jetmore 11:06. Dodge City 11:09. And then Spearville right around 11:24. That's your timing on that storm. So it's kind of the track at this point. By the way, we're only 30 likes away from 400. I would appreciate if you hit the like button if you haven't already, and become a subscriber. Click the red button down below. It's completely free. It really does help our page out a lot. Kevin, I already said I won't show the photos, but I do really appreciate you sending them in. They're very cool photos. Yeah, I appreciate that, Wilson. Yeah, even liking the live stream, just being here, it really supports the page anyways. You know, that's the best way that you can support me anyways. And financially, obviously, but you know, that's not required. Never required. Just optional. Can I track the storm near Waco? Yeah, I can actually go to that one. Storm near Waco, I don't believe is severe. Or it's definitely not severe, but I don't think it's even strong anymore. Let's take a look. Yeah, this storm's been fizzling out for a while. I don't think it'll last any more than a couple of hours at the most. I don't even know how fast this is moving. I have to actually get a track on this real quick, figure out how fast this is moving. Let's take a look at the track. And it's showing about 20 to 25. All right, we'll go and do about 20. So this is a track at about 20 miles per hour. So basically it's going to go toward Golinda right around 950, Thornton right around 953, Tague right around 957, Marlin 1004, Bremond right around 1036. Marquez right around 1049. Franklin 1112, and then Calvert right around 1115. That's your timeline on those. Basically, it's not really, they're a little bit strong at this point, but not severe. And again, if you need to take a screenshot or anything like that, definitely feel free to. All right, going back down to South Texas. All right, here's a look at the radar as of right now. Again, closer to areas like Kermit and Wink. Again, there was a damaging wind report of 66 miles per hour with this storm at one point. Most of these storms are now down to the very strong to very low end severe scale at this point. So that's how we're looking as of right now. Kevin, I don't really know like an exact number, but I think there'll at least be a few. So there will be a few tornadoes, most likely in Florida. Is there any warnings in Florida? Let me take a look. I don't know when the tornado threat's actually supposed to increase in Florida. I haven't really looked, but as of right now, it seems like it's overall still down to the south. Let me take a look at the SPC real quick. I don't know if they posted anything in terms of alerts or whatnot. The new mesocyclone discussion, maybe. Yeah, it doesn't look like the tornado threat's going to increase for a while down in Florida. It is a 5% probability, though, now, so that's a bit higher than before. Yeah, a few tornadoes will be possible across South Florida tonight. That's basically what it says. So that's what we're looking at. By the way, Brian, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. No message, but I do really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Means a lot. Yeah, Emily, it depends on the radar, but this radar specifically, usually pink is the minimum for severe weather, typically. By the way, for those that are just tuning in, there is a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing until 3 a.m. That is for basically San Angelo, Ozana, and as well as Big Lake, Alpine, Fort Stockton. Those areas are all included in a new severe thunderstorm watch for the potential for NTXWC hail and damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. So again, that's a new severe thunderstorm watch. And as of right now, we only actually have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. We have 3 actually. So we have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now. Tornado warnings for as of right now are completely expired. They are done for right now. We might see another tornado warning at some point, but I don't think we will. The main threat for the rest of the night will be damaging winds and large hail. Never know though. It's always a possibility. I appreciate that, Wilson. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. It's a little red button. I would appreciate if you become a subscriber here on our YouTube channel. We do live streams like this all the time. It's completely free, by the way. Just need an account here on YouTube and you click the subscribe button, get the latest forecast. Make sure, by the way, if you are tuning in, all of you should make sure you click that bell icon down below. It's a little ring bell. You just got to click it, and I'll give you the latest on the all of our forecasts and live streams. So get the latest. Make sure to click all to that as well. And you'll get the latest notifications on all of our live streams and as well as on our YouTube videos. So make sure you hit the bell so you get the latest on those. Did I miss something? Again, if you have any questions, by the way, make sure to leave them in chat. I might have missed one. Looks like a little hail core, by the way, developing just north of Interstate 20, west of Odessa. Am I saying the name right? Hopefully I am. But west of Odessa. There's currently a little hail core developing there north of Interstate 20. Sign for the most part, yeah. I don't think there will be much more in terms of a tornado threat tonight. Florida is going to be a different story, though. Sierra, the tropical storm, it's not even a tropical storm yet. It's just a tropical cyclone. It's a potential tropical cyclone right now, so. Yeah, Buzzin, I hope you don't have any hail damage either. All right, thank you, Virginia. Appreciate it. Sometimes I pronounce the names wrong. That one I got right. Should get clapped in the chat for that one. All right, let me go to... Again, if you are just tuning in, welcome. Again, we're covering the severe weather ongoing across the southern plains tonight. We've been looking a bit at Kansas as well and Oklahoma, but for right now, we're mainly focusing on these storms near Odessa right now, kind of in southwestern Texas. Again, all of these are producing at least some sort of damaging or gusty winds and maybe some small hail. But as of right now, this is the main cell right now, just north of Interstate 20. This is likely some large hail here off to the west-southwest of Odessa. That might be up to the size of quarters or half dollars, so that's the storm that we're watching as of right now. Severe thunderstorm warning for Wink as well as Wicket. That storm has been weakening, so good news there for those in the path of that storm. So we're looking at good news down that way. Lightning's getting closer or louder. Where are you at, Buzzin? I don't remember if you said. As of right now, there's our 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. Florida, as of right now, nothing. Again, your tropical cyclone 1, potential tropical cyclone 1 is still going toward Cape Coral. And it's forecast to become a tropical storm. And even if it doesn't in Florida, by the way, it will probably become a tropical storm out here in the Atlantic. So I would still expect this to be the first named storm. It's just a matter of when. Because today is, what's today? So today the 3rd? Yeah, today's the 3rd. So basically the only thing that matters at this point is when it develops, what day. Will it be today, the 3rd or the 4th? Has there been any hurricane scanner or any, like, have you flown into the storm yet? Aircraft. Let's see if the aircraft has actually gone into the storm recently. Actually, the aircraft went into it really recently. See here. The wind speed, by the way, is like nothing from what the aircraft is picking up right now. 8 miles per hour. So maybe the center is back out here to the east now. We'll have to wait and see. Kind of interesting. I like looking at the tropics. Yeah, we'll be paying attention to the tropics as well as Florida here. A bit more as we go a bit later into this live stream. We're now 3 hours into the live stream, by the way. So I do appreciate it for any of you that have tuned in for any part of it. Oh, I got you, Buzzin. Yeah, Buzzin, you should be fine. Looks like the storm's going to stay off to your north and east now. At least the main hail. Main hail core right now is just to the north of Interstate 20. Moving down to the southeast. San Angelo probably won't be hit until at least like 12 or 1. Yeah, west side of Odessa is definitely getting hit pretty hard right now. Right along Interstate 20. The storm up here near Midland still is producing probably at least some nickel-sized or maybe quarter-sized hail. Could be a little bit more on the low-end severe side. Down to the south as of right now. Again, this is the main hail core with this entire thing near Interstate 20. Is it raining in Tyler? It might be. Problems here. Oklahoma? Or is it raining in the Panhandle right now? Actually, a couple storms up here. So this will basically be the area of storms that'll push toward western Oklahoma over the next couple of hours. Again, none of this will probably be severe by the time it gets there, but that can't rule out some gusty winds. Yeah, this is the line of storms right now going through Garden City up in Kansas. So damaging winds ongoing up to 60 miles per hour. Again, here's a bit of a timeline for you. It's going to be a little bit delayed. Deerfield's already getting hit. Holcomb is going to be getting hit pretty shortly as well. Garden City already getting hit. So the timeline's actually off on this. But basically at this point, this is the area of storms that's producing damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour. And that's the only warning up this way. So that's what we're looking at there. You know, there's ongoing severe thunderstorm warning over here in New Mexico as well, which this is producing. Let's take a look. Actually, yeah, I'll check South Shore too. I know there's a couple of special weather statements over there. I'll go look at that too. I'm kind of looking everywhere right now, but New Mexico as of right now, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour as well as quarter-sized hail. This storm, I believe, has been shrinking a little bit, and it's not really going in the path of anything. Alida or Alida is going basically in the path of that, so it's kind of as of right now what we're looking at. I'll look at DFW real quick, and then we'll go over to Georgia for a brief moment. You're asking about it. Yeah, here's a look at, again, the storms right now are down near Waco, near Marlin. Again, these storms are just going to be kind of weakening out over the next few hours. But again, some gusty winds might be possible, maybe some pea-sized hail as those move down to the south. Quick look at Georgia. I'm assuming these are the storms we're talking about down here in southern Georgia. I've seen them for a while. Right along Interstate 75. And main threat, gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour. That's basically about it near Jennings. Going toward Jasper, it looks like. So, kind of your storms as of right now in Georgia. Other than that, just a bunch of rain. Again, here's a look at your tropical storm as of, or not tropical storm, your potential tropical cyclone. If you go back to the, let's take a look at the satellite as of right now, the infrared imagery. So you can kind of see as of right now, again, a lot of your thunderstorm activity down here, down to the south of Miami. This will all eventually move up to the north and eventually bring not just heavy rain, but also the potential for a tornado threat later. Again, closer to the area where the tropical storm technically is. It's not a tropical storm, but this is kind of where it's developing. I believe the center is probably back over here somewhere, closer to Key West. But as of right now, this is just not really a tropical storm yet. There's just not a center of circulation that's very pronounced. So as of what we know now, it does not seem to be a tropical storm. Will definitely be something to watch. Look at the radar, by the way, back out in southwestern Texas. Brian, the highest I've seen is 95, and I believe that was from last night, actually. Estimated by radar, at least, because there was a 95 last night. Just to the, I think it was near Abilene, Albany, and Central Texas. So that's like the highest I've seen by radar, at least. So, but personally, the highest I've ever experienced was like 60, 65. You're on I-20 east of, oh, I got you. Yeah, Amarillo is definitely, I don't know where you are between there. I'm assuming you're probably in between here, but yeah, there's definitely a bit of a stronger storm over here east of Midland, and obviously you got the severe storm over here back out to the west of Odessa right now. So a couple of storms there. North Texas probably won't see severe weather tomorrow, but there will be a potential again in Oklahoma tomorrow. Oklahoma will be an area to watch for maybe a couple of severe storms tomorrow evening. It's not a tropical wave. It's just, right now, it's not meeting the characteristics of an actual tropical storm. It has the sustained winds, but it's just not considered a tropical storm right now. It's just not at that stage. I mean, it's up to 40, 45 miles per hour right now for the sustained wind, but it's just not like, can't be categorized as a tropical storm because it doesn't have the right characteristics right now. There's actually a wind report, by the way, up in Stratford of 59 miles per hour. There's also a 60 mile per hour one in Dalhart. So those were from earlier, but just came in recently, it looks like. A couple of damaging wind reports there. Again, if you're just tuning in, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. It's the red button down below. I would appreciate if you become a subscriber here on our YouTube channel. It does really help our page out a lot. If you want to support our page, again, above and beyond, you can become a member here on our YouTube channel for as little as $2.99 per month. Click the first link at the top of the description. It'll give you exclusive access to emojis, a chat badge, and as well as join our members community. You also get exclusive forecasts. Again, the first link in the description below is the way to subscribe for as little as $2.99 per month. Thank you, Jim, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you so much. Lightning alarm? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of a lightning alarm. By the way, we're only 13 likes away from 400. If you've not hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. My last like goal for tonight will be 400. So if you want to like the live stream, I would appreciate that. I'm not going to make another goal. Yeah, we got a strong storm right now south of Stanton as of right now. Again, that's moving down to the southeast. Again, damaging winds, not really a threat. It's mainly gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour and nickel-sized hail. Near Midland as well. Again, storms rolling through right along Interstate 20. That's actually a pretty long stretch here for a good 50, 75 miles. Also, a little hail core again to the west of Odessa. That's probably, it looks like it's weakening a little bit now. It was possibly producing quarter-sized hail at one point. And that's moving down to the southeast as well. Severe thunderstorm warning should expire here pretty shortly. New Mexico obviously seeing a little severe storm there, not really anywhere in particular. And then back out here near Garden City. And damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour with possible this storm as it moves off to the east. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. How often are the forecasts? Live streams are typically every live streams just vary. I mean, it depends on what's going on. But I will probably have one tomorrow. Usually the live streams though are like 2 to 3 times a week, but again, it varies. I've done at least 5 or 6 this week. Video forecasts are every day, so you'll at least see one every day. I do have a trip coming up in later June for 7 days. So I will actually probably have no live streams during that week, or I'll have limited live streams overall. I'll probably only have 2 at the most. So I actually have a vacation coming up. I've not had a vacation, by the way, in like literally, I think 3 or 4 years. It's just one. It's like just to see family. That's it. So I will actually have some time off then. I will still be doing forecasts and whatnot. It's just gonna be at a limited extent. But yeah, I've been doing this weather page every single day since the COVID shutdown. So I'm glad I'm getting at least some sort of break. I'll still be doing weather, by the way. I'm still going to be doing forecasts every day. It's just going to be at a limited extent. I probably won't do any TikTok videos either during that week. I probably won't be posting to Twitter either that week. So, yeah, there'll be some modifications to my overall schedule. I will be doing, again, videos on YouTube every day. Live streams are going to basically be very limited. That'll be from, like, I think June 20-something to June 20-something. Somewhere in, like, the June 20th area. I can't remember the exact dates. And no, I'm not going to Texas. That's not the trip. Need the rain? Yeah, there's a lot of rain. A lot of beneficial rain coming out of this, which is obviously very good news. I've just learned to ignore the bots at this point. That time the my bot deleted that one. Yeah, these storms are all moving down to the southeast as of right now, so another path at this point. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on all of our social medias. They're all linked in the description below. Would appreciate it. By the way, Tabs, I do appreciate that compliment. I forgot to thank you about that, but I appreciate it. Like that you're hooked on my live streams, I guess. Brian, it's going to include, I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen here. This is the day 1 outlook. Here's the day 2 outlook. So this is the outlook for tomorrow. That's the tornado threat. Here's the overall threat. So basically almost all of Oklahoma, a large portion of Kansas, and as well as portions of Nebraska. There's also a threat, by the way, for southern Florida for tomorrow. And that, I believe, is a 5% probability, or it should be down there. Tonight, it's actually a 5%. It's a slight risk down in Miami and Key West for a tornado threat. But yeah, that's what we're looking at in terms of tomorrow. Again, this is the outlook for tomorrow. If you need to take a screenshot or anything like that, go feel free to. But that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, Oklahoma City, Kansas, and as well as Nebraska for tomorrow are under the gun for some damaging winds and large hail. Main threats there, but also an isolated tornado may be possible. It's going to be a very low threat, though. It's going to be lower than today. Say that. Appreciate that, Virginia. Yeah, we hit 4,000 subscribers near the beginning of the stream, so. Oh. Yeah, again, I've actually literally, I've not taken a single day off from my weather page ever. Like at least in the last like 2.5 years, I've literally never. I've been doing it on Facebook and everything. And again, it's just, it was like literally, it was all this page was, by the way, was passion up until like recently. It was literally just all passion. Now it's actually kind of like a little job for me. So I do appreciate it though. Like this is, I do enjoy doing what I do. It's fun. So. Been on fire for a while. Yeah, there's been definitely some storms here. These are starting to weaken though. So good news there. I don't know if this severe thunderstorm watch will uphold. To be honest with you, these storms are starting to weaken out a bit. So, Joe, nothing for DFW. Anything near Waco is still ongoing. A couple of storms, but other than that, you should be fine. Again, before the super chat expires, I do appreciate Stall again for the $50 super chat. You've never sent a message in this chat before, and you sent just a $50 super chat. Never said anything after that, so I do appreciate it though. Again, if you're still here, I do appreciate you. Before that expires. Again, I will have a live stream probably tomorrow night, so just keep that in mind. I'm almost 100% sure I'll have a live stream tomorrow night. I just don't know when. As long as I have power too. Power might go out because of this tropical storm. No problem, Joe. Hey, we hit 400 likes. Appreciate everybody liking the live stream. The WAP? Are you talking about like the Fox 4 app? I don't use the Fox 4 app. Yeah, Sign. These storms right here have kind of been in the weakening stage again. Not too much in terms of severe weather at this point. The only severe weather as of right now is actually up in New Mexico and as well as over in Kansas. Back to this Kansas storm over near Garden City. Virginia, I also got, I think, honors with distinction. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Tabs, I live over in Florida. So, it's kind of where I'm at right now, mainly for college. But, yeah, it's definitely a grind. I do college and this at the same time. It's a lot of work, but got it done. And not having a social life, by the way, is actually very beneficial at this point. Gotta say that, because I don't have to deal with a bunch of social interactions when I'm trying to do, you know, all my stuff at once. So, yeah, I do a lot. I definitely do a lot. Oh, how do I know so much about this? By the way, college didn't really teach me anything so far about weather. So college really isn't something that's taught me much about weather. I've literally self-taught myself everything. I I've had a few instances back when my page first began back in 2020. I used to call myself a meteorologist. I'm not, by the way. I am just a weather analyst at this point. I am in college, by the way, for meteorology, but it's just not like the same thing. But I used to call myself a meteorologist. I got a little bit of criticism for that. I've actually had some things in 2020 that weren't the best for me, but they really helped me propel myself to what I am today, because like that was one of them. I also had a horrible, I basically used models, computer models. I just basically posted a graphic of potentially seeing a bunch of snow in North Texas this one time, and that never happened. And also I got a bunch of crap for that because, you know, it wasn't accurate, and it was obviously not something that I should have posted. And I've learned a lot from those things, and I feel like I've become a much more accurate forecaster, a much more, a much better forecaster in general ever since those events happened. And again, I had a smaller following then, so it didn't really impact me as much as what it would possibly today. But yeah, I just feel like I'm much better all around. I feel like, you know, those things that have happened in the past have really helped me to grow into what I am today. So yeah, kind of where we're at this point. Lotto, I usually cell phone weather apps. Oh yeah, I usually use Radar Scope, and that's about it. It's the only app I actually use. That's just for radar and whatnot. I literally don't use anything else. That rain outside here in Central Texas sounds good. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Rain is definitely beneficial right now, especially with the drought we're in. No problem, Lotto. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are over 4,100 subscribers, and we are again watching the severe weather. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be live for at this point. We don't have any warnings out there. Tornado warnings, none in Florida as of right now. And I don't expect much of a tornado threat until probably after midnight in Florida, but if there is any tornado warnings, I most likely won't go live if they're after midnight, but because I do have to get up somewhat reasonable tomorrow. But very true, Tabs, very true. I agree. Honestly, all the bad things that happen in your life, you just gotta find the positives in them. Really do. Something bad happens, just find the positive and move on. Because there will be positives. There will. You just don't realize it. You might not realize that at the given time. Again, for those that are in southwestern Kansas near Garden City, again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. The main threat with this storm, it's moving off to the east. Let me put a track on this. Give you an idea of when this will arrive to your location. Look at the timing. So again, Ingalls right around 10:39, Sublet right around 10:39 as well, Copeland right around 10:48, as well as Ensign right around 11:12, Dodge City 11:26, Jetmore 11:29, and Hanston right around 11:48. That's your timeline on this line of storms right now. There's Radar Scope, I think, costs $10 up front. And then you get some features, and then if you want to have like a yearly subscription, I think, or yeah, it's like $10 a year or something like that. I think. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, then somebody correct me. But by the way, thank you, Robin, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Appreciate it. Yeah, that storm near Waco is weakening. Those storms are going to be weakening over the next few hours. Anything near DFWs or anywhere near, really anywhere down here, it's going to be weakening here over the next few hours. Here's a look at Waco right now. Yeah, these storms are just weakening. At this point, ordinary storms going through Martin, Marlin. Let's move down to the south. Nothing too concerning as of right now. Now let's go back over here to Midland area, see if these storms have been doing anything. Oh wait, by the way, welcome back, Big Bear. You're doing well. Didn't realize you joined. Also, welcome back, Granny. Come back. I think I've seen you in a while either. I can't remember though. I don't remember so many names. But yeah, very true, very true. Hopefully what I said was pretty true. No problem, Virginia. All right, here's a look at the storm, by the way. This storm might actually become severe thunderstorm warning south of Stanton and southeast of Midland. It'll probably just come warned, if anything, to quarter-sized hail and damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour, but not severe at this time. And again, back off to the north, there's some severe thunderstorm warnings. And again, for those that were watching our stream much earlier, there was actually a confirmed tornado in Ray over in eastern Colorado. And the story's pretty interesting if you want to take a screenshot and just read it real quick. But again, basically somebody called and reported a rope funnel cloud that briefly touched down on the ground. And apparently the car got like rotated 120 degrees or something like that. Crazy. So, oh, that was a different tornado. But this tornado actually was on the ground for a few seconds over in Ray. There was actually a different tornado over in Fort Lyon earlier that was producing that threat. And it also picked up like a truck and kind of sent it flying. It was really weird. It was an interesting story though. That was from a different tornado. I think that was around 6 o'clock. So that was about 4 hours ago. I think it was just before we went live. Appreciate that sign. Hey, make sure to focus on family, though. Don't have to watch my live stream. Looks good. What do you mean by that? Like, in terms of severe weather, K6? Like, who has the best chance? Thundering and lightning in Longview, is it? Take a look real quick. No, it might be just like a very weak storm. Surprised it's thundering and lightning there. There's not actually much there. It just rained. I can't rule it out. Might be electrified area. I appreciate that, Stoll. Appreciate it a lot. I really do appreciate your $50 super chat. It does really mean a lot to me. It really does help my page a lot. I do really appreciate you. Thank you again. Hey, I appreciate that, Granny. Do really appreciate it. Tier 1 is $99 on RadarScope? Really? That much a year? I swear, I only paid $10 for the app, and I don't think I've paid anything since. The storm, by the way, is starting to get a little bit interesting near Midland. I don't know if the winds are doing anything. Just damaging winds, but gusty winds. Winds are being estimated right around 55, 56. This might actually become severe thunderstorm warned here pretty shortly, just south of 158. Yeah, there's a lot of lightning and thunder. That's without a doubt. I don't know what the lightning maps are showing. Let me take a look how much lightning's going on. I haven't even eaten dinner. I haven't eaten, like, I'm not gonna lie, the last time I ate was about 9 hours ago. In terms of like an actual meal. Yeah, the lightning right now across really the entire state of Texas, which includes this area of storms as well as the little area over south of basically near Waco. About 100 strikes per minute. So, and the majority of those, the ones near Waco, are actually basically nothing. There hasn't been any recent lightning strikes. The ones near Odessa and Midland are right around 50 strikes per minute. There's actually some in New Mexico that I was tracing that are around about 55. So it's kind of the estimate as of right now. Hey David, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. I use tier 2, which is $9.99 here. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, there was a $9.99 option. That's what I thought. I appreciate that, Lodo. Really appreciate it. All right, thank you, Northern, for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Welcome. I'm not gonna pass out from not eating. I'm only a little bit hungry. I had like a 1,500 calorie meal for lunch, so yeah, I kind of ate a lot at lunch. That's why I haven't been eating for a while. Oh my lord, dude, I am going to freak out. I can't even. I don't know how to stop this. Like, there's just no way. Like there's no option here on the YouTube live streams. Like on whatchamacallit, on comment sections on YouTube videos, they automatically don't pop up. But like on live streams, I just can't fix it. I got you, sign. Yeah, that's nice. College texted it. That was actually one of my top picks for college. Great lightning show in Roswell. Nice, nice. Isn't that over here somewhere? Pretty sure it is, right? Over here in Odessa, Midland area. Could be wrong. That name very well sounds familiar, though. The damaging wind gusts at 56 miles per hour, by the way, in Syracuse. I think I said that already, but actually a special weather statement up here. Let me go do this real quick. Since there isn't a whole lot of action right now, there's a special weather statement up here. 55 mile per hour wind gusts near Perryton, west of Booker. This actually might become a severe thunderstorm warning, but that's near Beaver. Right in the Oklahoma Panhandle, so a little special weather statement there. It's actually a new warning up here in Nebraska. Let's go to this real quick. Guessing it's just, yeah, actually it's up to ping pong ball size hail here near Stapleton to the west of Arnold. So new warning there. Here's a look at that storm. Take a look at the winds real quick. I'm guessing it's not really rotating or anything, but And not much rotation there. There's definitely a little bit of severe weather with that one. Ping pong ball sized hail. We got, I believe, actually a special weather statement up in Montana. There's 3, 4, 4 severe thunderstorms, or 3 severe thunderstorms right now. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. Oh, that's New Mexico. Okay. I recognized it from somewhere today. I couldn't remember. Yeah, Granny, I'm literally trying to like delete the entire message all alone, but I can't. It just doesn't work. And these are all new accounts, so like it's not like I can just ban one and it will stop everything. So I don't know. I'll have to figure out more solutions after the stream because it is getting pretty annoying. I appreciate that, Big Bear. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Peggy, by the way, for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you very much. Get you becoming a subscriber. Yeah, I know. The bots are, most people ignore them, but it's annoying because, like, I don't know. I just hate how it pops up in chat. I can't, like, delete it. On most platforms, you can completely delete, like, in a message, but I think on Facebook, you can completely delete it, like, on live streams. Sign, there's no rotation on that storm. That storm's weakening out. It's not even a storm really anymore. It's just like a, well, it is a storm, but it's a very weak storm. I wouldn't be concerned about it. If you report it. Yeah, the only problem is you have to report it and everybody else has to report it for that to go away. Like, every single person has to report it. That's like the only problem. It's just like it's a personal fix more than anything. It's not like a full-on fix, unfortunately. Tactical, even if I had moderators, it doesn't work like that on YouTube. YouTube is like a completely different. Let me go to my YouTube live chat instead of my controller panel here. Let me try that. Sound might duplicate here for a second. Okay. Let me try it from here. Let me see if I can just completely remove the message. I don't know if I can on this. I mean, maybe it's gone now. I don't know. I have an option that hides a user from channel, which might work. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. If another one comes in and I might try it. Yeah, that sounds right, Virginia. Next week it might be calm, but also I don't think next week will be completely calm in terms of severe weather. I think there will be something next week. It probably won't be high end because there's gonna be a positively tilted trough. Let me read their message real quick. Yeah, so at this point, it seems like there'll be what they're saying is daily rounds of thunderstorms will be possible across the central and southern high plains, perhaps developing into so complexes. I can't remember the name, but basically complexes of storms. That's basically what it means. Likely nearly every day. That's what it sounds like. So strong to severe convection is also possible. Location of greater severe potential is somewhat uncertain. So there will be severe weather next week. It's not going to be completely calm. It depends on where you are. If you're in Texas, you probably won't see anything. If you're up in Oklahoma, you might see some storms. So it's just going to depend on where you are at this point. If there's any new warnings over Florida. Anything going on in Florida yet? Nope, not yet. I'm going to see what this aircraft is doing right now. 36, 37. Like for the most part, the tropical area there is possibly pretty much right around tropical storm still level. Yeah, Zamra, you've been here for a while. All right, wait, let me see. I missed a few things. Right now it's decreasing in Odessa, yeah, definitely decreasing there. Moving through your area. Again, some strong storms, nothing severe there as of right now. And it might become severe. This storm up here near Midland was actually a bit more closer to the severe side. Granny, at the anything, if you see anything tomorrow, it'll probably just be like an isolated storm. I'm not expecting anything severe for the DFW area yet. I'm actually going to take a quick look. I don't know if anything's changed since the last time I looked, because last time I looked for tomorrow was like earlier today. Let me take a look if anything's changed, but I don't think we'll see too much tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we'll have a weakening complex of storms during like the very early morning Sunday, so like between looks like about 3 to 6 o'clock or so. It's kind of the timing at this point. But I wouldn't expect much in terms of severe weather. Maybe some gusty winds or small hail. But severe weather will definitely be more prominent in Oklahoma tomorrow. And I'll kind of give a bit more specifics on that in just a second. I'm going to kind of go over that in a moment. Gonna dry out here in southwestern Oklahoma. You might see some storms though tomorrow, possibly. K6, let me go and take a look. Looks like the active area will probably be southern and southwestern Oklahoma, so kind of like between Oklahoma City and Lawton, maybe just north of Wichita Falls. I don't expect a tornado threat though, and just maybe damaging winds or large hail. Seems to be the main threat as of right now. I appreciate it, Zero. Have a great night. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, all of Oklahoma right now is a marginal threat, but that might change, so we'll have to wait and see. There's actually a new special weather statement, by the way, for areas south and off to the east of Midland. This does include Midland, Odessa, Crane, Greenwood, Garden City, Stanton, Lomax, West Odessa, Midland International Air, and Spaceport, Cotton Flat, as well as Crane County Airport, Moorfield, King Mountain, Skywest Airport. Okay, a bunch of areas basically, all included in this new special weather statement. Damage or gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour will be possible with this. So again, that'll be going down to the south and east here over the next 45 minutes or so. By the way, thank you, Northern Cal Wolf, for becoming a Stormy subscriber. Really do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. You're becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Really do appreciate it. Welcome on in. We appreciate everybody that's becoming a new member, by the way, tonight. Really do appreciate everybody's support. All right, I missed a few questions, I think. Yes, I did, Lotto. I've watched those tornadoes before. I've definitely watched them. How you doing, Northern Cal? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Do again appreciate you becoming a member. Damien, you have to give me like a town or city name because I have no clue where that is. I do not know every zip. I do not know zip codes. Only zip codes I'll ever know is basically the ones that I've lived in. Yeah, there's a lot of videos out there for those tornadoes, especially that one. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate becoming a subscriber here on our YouTube channel. Again, if you want to become a member for as little as $2.99 per month, you can do that by clicking the top link in the description below. Get exclusive emojis, a badge, and more. The area that you're talking about, La Mesa, is probably not going to see much tonight, other than maybe some gusty winds and maybe some small hail. Doesn't seem like severe weather is going your way, though. This is the area of some showers and storms, but none of that is severe. Just strong at this point. Most of the severe weather in Texas right now is just strong anyways. Appreciate it, Arizona. Thank you. Yeah, if I missed any subscribers, I do apologize. Sometimes it comes in a little bit late, too. Yeah, Damien. Probably just some strong storms up that way. And here's a look at the strong storms. I don't know if there's any new warnings. No warnings in New Mexico. We still have one up in Kansas. Ping pong ball sized hail north of North Platte. I'm saying that name right, probably not. And no tornado warnings as of yet in the there's water spouts actually possible down there in West Palm Beach and Miami, those areas, but no tornado warnings as of now. Thank you, Teresa, by the way, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. As well as Arizona, again. I do appreciate you subscribing. Do we have any... Wait. Panhandle did not have any tornadoes today, no. Actually, Panhandle stayed a lot less severe than it was expected. The severe weather actually stayed more to the north. There was actually several tornado warnings up in Colorado, and as well as basically western Kansas and Nebraska have seen more severe weather actually overall than the Texas area. There was a tornado warning earlier near Odessa. And I just realized my title still says tornado warning in Texas. I didn't even realize that. I think it's been like that for about an hour. That is unfortunate. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, Longview might see some rain, but no severe weather's coming your way, Samurai. Yeah, the Texas Panhandle got pretty lucky. All stayed off to your north. That's what's ongoing right now in Kansas, near Garden City. Oh, look at this storm. Warning's going to expire in 12 minutes, but look at it. So, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour as of right now. And here's a look at the velocities. Yeah, there's still some damaging winds with this, it looks like. Well, maybe 45, 50 miles per hour estimated by radar, so maybe not severe, but it's definitely a strong storm. I would imagine it's going to be a special weather statement after this. I thought at this point. Back down to the Midland storm. Again, this is the one that we've been watching in Texas for a while. Still producing some gusty winds. All right, I'm going to go into the tomorrow's outlook real quick because I know many of you have been asking what we'll see tomorrow in terms of severe weather. Let's go take a quick look at that. So this is a look at tomorrow. Again, we'll probably stay dry through most of the morning. Maybe some isolated showers or weak storms up in northern and northeastern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. Eventually, by late the afternoon into the evening hours, we'll start to see some storms maybe develop. Basically, anywhere in western Oklahoma, a couple of isolated cells might develop, and this would produce the main threat being large hail and maybe some damaging winds. Eventually, by 1 to 2 in the morning, those storms move through Lawton and Oklahoma City. Eventually, by 3 to 4 in the morning, heading into Sunday morning, those storms will start to collapse down closer to areas like northern North Texas, and eventually those will roll through those areas, and eventually more showers and storms back out to the north. For those back out in the central plains, so near Kansas and whatnot, I'm going to show you that as well. If it loads, it's a big white screen as of right now. I'll load this again. I'll have it load on the other side of the screen here real quick. And we'll go back to that in a second, if it loads. Yeah, that's what we're looking at in terms of tomorrow. It doesn't look like it wants to load, so we'll just wait. So yeah, severe weather tomorrow again. Mainly going to be off to our north. Again, the marginal threat does include almost all of Oklahoma. Let me go pull it up here on this program. So this is what it looks like for tomorrow. This is today. Is it going to show tomorrow? Yeah, this is tomorrow. So again, a marginal threat across central, northern, western, almost all of Oklahoma, also almost all of Kansas, and as well as almost all of Nebraska is all included in that potential for tomorrow. Also going into Sunday, there's a marginal threat across, again, northeastern Oklahoma into most of Kansas, and as well as southern Nebraska, and as well as northwestern Arkansas and southwestern Missouri, all included in a marginal threat for Sunday. And again, here's a look at today. So nobody in North Texas is going to see severe weather tonight, as I've mentioned many times. Main threat, again, is going to be back out to your west. That's what we're looking at in terms of tonight. Still, it's from New Hampshire. Or New England, I should say. It's basically from, I don't really have an accent. It's just kind of like, I think it's normal. Maybe. No problem, K6. No problem at all. Few hours southeast of Amarillo. Gotcha. Yeah, there hasn't been much really around that area tonight. Main storms have stayed down to your south and whatnot, so on the wrong radar site, by the way. Side will be weakening over the next few hours. Again, it might stay strong through like Big Lake and Ozana, as well as maybe through areas like San Angelo. But other than that, this will be kind of weakening off, probably. Go over to the velocities real quick. I don't know if anything's developing with this. It seems like just damaging winds, no rotation. So good news. Good news so far. Haven't seen anything crazy. As of right now, no tornado warnings in Florida. Nothing really other than that. It's been staying pretty dry so far. Yeah, I don't really have an accent. Pretty typical. Yeah, we'll be drying out. Yeah, nothing really expected at this point later tonight. But again, severe weather will probably be returning tomorrow night, likely after sunset. And that will, again, potentially pose a threat for damaging winds and large-scale tornado threat tomorrow night. Seems to be very low. So, have a good night, Lotto. Appreciate you tuning in. Again, I do appreciate your super chat from earlier. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you again soon. Appreciate you stopping by. I was about to say, nobody's ever asked me about my accent, but never know. Again, just going back through the notifications from today. I do appreciate June, by the way, for becoming a member. I did not mention that earlier. I believe that was from last night. So I do appreciate June for at least resubscribing, I believe it is. As well as, again, Truly for the $10 super chat earlier, as well as the becoming a member. Roy as well, I do appreciate you becoming a member earlier. Brian as well, I do appreciate you becoming a member, as well as Lotto for giving the $10 super chat. Stole, again, I really do appreciate your $50 super chat. Really a very generous donation of you. As well as Brian for the $10 super chat, and Northern Cal, I do appreciate your membership as well. And that was basically it there. That will be it for the live stream, though, tonight. I don't think I'll go live again tonight. I will probably go live tomorrow. I don't see any tornado warnings in the near future for Florida, so I'm not going to probably continue on with this because it's just basically special weather statements at this point. Not much in terms of severe weather. But I do appreciate you all tuning in. Again, if you are new here, make sure to hit that red button down below and hit the subscribe button. It really does mean the world to me. I would really appreciate if you do that. If you want to support our page above and beyond, you can always become a member, again, here on our YouTube channel. The top link in the description will give you access to that. It starts from as little as $2.99 per month. You get a chat badge on live streams as well as on comment sections. You also get exclusive forecasts and as well as emojis here on our YouTube channel. So make sure to check that out. Again, it starts from $2.99 per month, and it really helps our page out a lot. And again, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button on the stream. I do really appreciate everybody tuning in again. And it's been a very good live stream. It's almost been 4 hours. It's actually been a bit shorter than I usually do, but we didn't really start until later tonight. So that's it for tonight. I do appreciate you guys all tuning in. Again, I'll probably go live tomorrow at some point at probably after 5 or 6. I'm not going to go live probably in the morning or early afternoon. I'm not going to. Almost 100% sure I'm not going to, but I will go live most likely sometime tomorrow evening for the Oklahoma severe weather and as well as maybe for Florida as well, kind of depending on what happens there. All right, I do appreciate you guys. Again, stay safe tonight. Have a great rest of your night. And that will be it for me. Thank you guys so much again. Have a great night.